We were just discussing who the smelliest fan groups are, and I quite frankly think that you guys are the smelly goodest. I don't know about you.
Okay.
You smell like lemon drops and
Make
bunny
sure to mark
rabbits.
this episode. It's the one where Michael had a stroke.
Yeah.
Great segue.
This is the
Yeah.
one where you cancel, actually.
No.
No, that was like 4 sessions ago.
No, that was last session
That
at
was
the end
actually
of the
last
session.
session with Courage.
Oh, that is totally right. But welcome to
Hate that
Gelatinous
guy.
Noobs.
He's pretty cool.
My name is Michael. I'm going to be your DM today. We're going to be hopping back into the era of Lost Hope with these freaking hooligans.
Just had a hip, hop, hip.
We played yesterday. I'm looking forward to playing today. It was a scary-ass session of rusty bones and bodies.
Quarantining off
For
towns.
people who are really into D&D, I genuinely suggest watching it. Michael did something very well that you don't
Yes.
see very often. So
Guys.
No, we had
Check it
a
out.
special moment.
Oh my god, guys. You're being so...
But then, oh my
But
god.
then...
but then he
The
opened
internet.
his mouth and ruined everything.
Anyway.
Oh, also White Toe Trading Co. We forgot to mention it last time, but thank you.
Yeah, let me take a sip.
I don't.
I'm deleting everything up until that point now.
What? No, this is a great intro.
Because that was right into the microphone.
It's gonna
Just
go right into
muting
his
it.
head.
Just muting it a little bit. Anyway.
Just edit it out so it's just like that 1 second.
like a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just pay our editors to do that. Let's just pay our.
Yeah, let's just pay our editors. Anyway.
Guys, subscribe so they can pay their editor.
In blueberries.
She's the editor, and I'm the redditor.
Milady.
R/Gelatinous Noobs.
Coming
Never.
Coming
Right now.
Yeah.
At Fickle Fungus.
At Fickle Fungus Feed Finder.
Fickle Fungus Feet Finder.
So,
Yeah.
Where are we?
we're locked in.
Quick recap.
In the last episode, you guys went to Stormborough Keep to help Mel as he dropped off a couple of
One
barrel of food to his friend Roxy.
Hit the boss.
Things didn't seem right. You guys were very suspicious right off the... I don't know why you were, but you were suspicious right off the bat.
because you made us do checks right away.
And
Yeah.
Because you're like, there's a town. It's not making any noise.
A wisdom and a cotton chip.
then... That is true.
You said this town isn't making any sense to you at all. It's normal though. And you're like, are we suspicious?
Just a little bit.
No, you're not suspicious. You're suspicious.
Yeah,
Anyway,
don't
locked
be
in.
suspicious.
Anyway.
Anyway, you guys, you saw the town folks. They were being a little weird, a little stagnant, as you will. After exploring a little bit, you realized that the entire town had been infected by some sort of ancient disease, and they were all basically statue-esque people. Luckily, you made it out of there with a little bit of knowledge, as you found an old cleric's journal that kind of described old cleric's journal that kind of described a little bit of what was going on. You made it out. None of you guys seem to have gotten infected besides your dear old friend Mel. Luckily,
He made out.
Then we just.
luckily,
Let me try this,
you
Mel.
just put him out of his misery.
We tried to
instead.
all yeller it, but
I
Look
was
at the
real, I
flowers.
was real
You
close
guys-
to lopping off that arm.
You guys were very quick to just kill him, but luckily, Johannes went,
I'm
"Hey,
here."
I think I might be able to heal him." And luckily,
So then we had to kill Johannes.
We think it worked.
We think it worked.
it worked.
So we sat around for an extraordinary amount of
Like
time.
about 5 days.
5
5 days
days.
in total.
As you were waiting for any other symptoms to arise, which they did not. You quarantined off the area, you boarded it up, put a bunch of spooky, scary signs around to hopefully keep wanderers away. And that's where we pick up. We are picking up on
Night 5?
the 65th of Harvest.
I thought it was the
Azarath.
69th.
It was the 67th when
No,
we
it
started
wasn't.
out.
It was the
It's the 69th.
It was the 65th. I've been keeping count.
I have been too, because I remember it was like 2 days till the 69th. We're going back in time.
I think it was
Time's not
67th,
real.
and then we added 2 days, and that's why it was the 69th.
And now it's the 65th.
Now it's the 65th, that's right.
Yes.
Because we went through that.
time portal, yeah.
We'll say 65th, and then we'll go back and we'll watch the VOD.
God,
That's why
tell
this-
us what day it is.
That's why the town's
You
so quiet.
decide. He's God. What day is it?
The 65th
Of Mayfair.
of Harvest, Azarath's reign, the era of lost hope. Take it away, guys. You guys were sitting at your camp. You're packing up, ready to hit the road again.
On the
It's
road
morning?
then?
Yes. At this point,
Morning,
it's morning.
morning day 5, we'll say, whatever.
Yep, morning of the 5th day. You guys are packing up. Mel seems to be doing a lot better. He's not stiff no more.
Good for Mel.
Walking and Kragan have been helping you guys out, keeping track, hunting a little bit, and they're ready to hit the road.
I pack up my stuff. I pack up Mrs. LaFontaine's stuff. I pack up Nico's stuff.
Oh, thank you, young lady.
You're welcome.
You're very helpful, aren't you?
I try to be.
You succeed.
It gives her purpose.
I stand next to my stuff, waiting for somebody to come pick it up for me.
Don't look at me.
After fastening Nico's and mine to... I'm guessing, can we utilize the wagon to help with our,
Yeah, I mean,
tents and stuff?
I will say there was a barrel that has already been used, so it is 1 barrel's worth more empty, I guess,
Of space.
of space.
And then I pick up Mrs. LaFontaine's and I secure it on the wagon.
Nice.
Do you notice that she's picking up after everybody? Don't let people walk over you. Don't do that.
I understand the want to help others, but
It's
I get what you're saying,
kindness is kindness until it's taken advantage of.
though. I see clearly.
Hello, Lysandra. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Are you guys ready to head out?
Quite well. You're not tired, are you?
No, I got a whole 4 hours.
Good. Well, Mel, where are we off to next?
Next stop is going to be Fallengad. It's probably about good 6 days or so north.
Hopefully it's an actual town this time.
It's a small farming community, but yeah, nice enough people.
He
We-
did
we
say
can-
the
As long as
last
they're not rusty.
town
That's what you
was
said about this town.
quaint.
Well,
I would be very surprised if there were 2 outbursts of random plagues.
What if it's the same thing?
Oh, true.
If it's the same plague, then somebody's spreading it. And we should be very cautious.
We do need to keep an eye out for those in the plague masks with the floral ingredients in it. I mean,
Floral scents.
we'll, according to the doctor, we'll smell them before we see him. So
Yes.
I think the bad men working for Drexus, probably,
Agreed.
if I had to guess.
If we encounter them, we should deal with them.
Soul's ready to go.
Oh, I forgot he had a dog.
What? How could you forget? He's so cute. He's getting old now. He's like a little bigger than he was when you met him because it's been like 6 days.
I'm getting old. I forgot.
he's gotten about. He's much bigger.
No, he's
Well-
huge. He's growing at an alarming rate. We'll just say that.
He's bigger
let's,
than I am.
Let's get going. And
I
if there's,
ride Soul.
I was,
He's
I was gonna
Far
say,
too
if-
small for that.
Do you walk this time?
Yes.
It's good to stretch. Stay
Because
limber.
I thought last time you
Rode the wagon.
rode the wagon.
Ghost ride the whip.
I was going.
It's actually almost on the side. Just
Ghost ride the whip. Yeah, so you guys start heading down. You make your way back to the main road and you start heading up north. Today, the overcast is starting to clear just a little bit, but there is a little bit more nip in the air.
Cold.
As you guys are progressing to Frost as well as heading up more north. So luckily, you guys got your extra clothing because you can tell that you get a little chilly. A little brr.
My fur. I
Um,
You can tell Johannes is used to this.
He's used to the cold. The cold never.
Or at
bothered
least he
him
really
anyway.
wants to prove to you all that he's used to it.
Yeah, he's fighting the shivers.
You can see him shiver when nobody's watching.
Oh, Mr. Tough Guy.
It's so hot in here.
So you guys continue heading north.
Mm-hmm.
All is relatively normal. I mean, you pass a couple of
Relative.
wagons and whatnot. The day kind of goes on without too much of a hiccup, except then Nico gets the hiccups and
From walking.
from walking.
It
and
does that,
It gets
doesn't it?
rough.
Can I, to help kind of pass the time, Johannes, what are you doing while we're walking?
He would just be kind of just head forward, just messing around with his dog, but not a whole lot.
I want to try to surprise you and see if I can trip you with my staff.
Wow.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'll
I
roll
want to try and beat the
perception.
shit out of you.
Perception to see if I can see her
Just
doing
like
that. Dexterity.
a playful spar, she would go to like catch his shoulder.
I'm going to do perception to see if I would see this coming.
Okay.
So you have to roll against a 16 for stealth.
Oh.
I'm making
Can I
rules.
read-
Look at him. He is the GM.
I rolled an attack.
Oh.
Do you want me to roll a
You
stealth?
can roll an attack.
Roll.
I'm watching for it.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, he's watching for it. So roll to hit. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you wouldn't have to re-roll the dice.
And then I shoot him with
I'm gonna
fire.
have to re-roll the
Predator.
Why?
dice. No, I don't have to.
Roll the hit's fine. Roll the hit. You can roll the hit me.
He was a 6.
She wanted to re-roll
So,
the dice.
so you like
I wanted to re-roll the dice.
you reach out to do that, and you could tell like some semblance of weirdly rigid old school stance training kicks in, and he like and he goes to catch it. He goes, "Excuse me, did you try to attack me?
I wasn't trying to scare you.
You trying to test me?"
Yeah, you passed.
You're getting quite good at keeping an eye on your surroundings.
I got a lot of that from the Luster Garrison,
feel
but
like he was
you taught me a
bullying
bit too.
That's not a good thing.
You know the guy who goes, "I could have killed you. That's what he did."
You're kind of. I feel like he's kind of like a little cocky about it.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Probably
How-
not
or
super
proud.
Yeah, very proud about it.
I'd be wary. He has the power of God and anime on his side.
No, that was good. I didn't catch you, and I really thought I would keep you with catch you with your guard down, considering you're with friends.
Well, where the light shines bright, it's pretty easy to see. So
Note taken.
that's
I'll
just
have
my
to
way of
try,
saying I keep an eye out on most things at
I'll
all
have to
times.
try to be stealthier next time. if
Dragon!
As just a bird kind of goes over the horizon, but it gets in front of the sun for just a second, so it seems a lot bigger. Its shadow is casted down. It's not a dragon. It's just an eagle.
I'm sorry. I'm on
Maybe
edge.
you're a little too on edge.
I'm on edge.
You're honest.
Miss LaFontaine, are we sure that the disease didn't spread to their brains at
Needs
all?
a drink. To calm down a little bit. Huh?
I don't drink. Why would you even
I
suggest
don't
that?
think he's old enough.
I'm plenty old.
How old are you?
Old enough?
Okay.
There's no reason to keep it from us, but
No,
you prefer to
know.
keep it secret.
I'm telling you how old I am.
Okay.
I know how old I am.
It's nothing
Let me
to
just
be.
think inside my brain for a second.
I don't know. It just says personality traits gay. Faith gay. That's all it says.
Wow, it's almost like your
Size medium.
Your
18, right? Yeah.
There you go.
I'm of age. Just turned of age.
I wasn't challenging you. I was just asking you a simple
I
question.
don't drink because
You
of
get
the,
Hydrates gay.
that's what it says. I don't know what I was doing when I made this character.
Oh my god.
Religion gay.
No faith.
faith. Okay.
Ideals.
Gay?
This is our remake. Did we both make gay paladins of it? Oh my god.
No, he's not gay. It was just me being weird.
It was just a phase.
Yeah, it was just a phase. I'm plenty of age to drink, but I'm a holy man.
Not judge. I was just asking you your age. It wasn't.
Holy men like us don't drink.
What, like who?
Like us. You don't drink, do you? Dundarian?
You've watched me drink.
But that was
Definitely.
water, of course.
You've watched me order.
Dundarian, you
drinks at tavern.
you drink spirit?
Yes, it's very common.
Dundarian!
To
He's
lift the
drinking
spirits,
right now.
you drink spirits.
Yes, but it dulls the light in a sense.
No, it doesn't.
Dundarian.
Who told you that?
Every old man at the Luster Garrison, all of them.
Prudes.
Elder Pete. Elder Norway. It's a country. Let's just go over names.
Elder Finland.
Germany and France.
Elder Sweden.
I was just
It's
thinking,
all of the North
they're
countries.
old and North. Norway.
It's
I
quite.
need a drink now.
Tell me.
You drink too?
Yeah, I hand you my flask.
You
How
realize
do you think I got this old?
your body and bones are going to start to crumble.
That's what they tell you, but it's not true.
It's not true.
No, not at all. It builds character.
It's only when you drink it to excess.
You know, of all people, Miss LaFontaine looks like she drinks.
I do.
Most
Okay.
people do.
No, well, it's trying times with the...
It's hard to
You know,
find clean
Even in
water.
times of celebration.
I dream of a time where Lumia's light has been restored,
In prohibition.
that people don't have to drink to solve their problems.
Speakeasies.
You
There would be no prohibition, no laws
You
against it.
don't-
If you want to drink, great. Nobody would have to.
Wait,
But if you enjoy it, that's
don't-
that's
what
what we're
we were-
saying.
yes.
Huh?
I don't drink.
Who are you? Is that Mel?
It's walk.
Walk in. Of course. Why don't you drink, Mel? Walk in?
Don't want to.
Did
I don't
my
like.
liver.
I don't like how it makes me feel.
A holy man.
I like maybe not holy, but
Ah, the angry drunk.
Well, now that we're on the subject, how about you, Lysandra? Do you partake in spirits and ales?
Of course not! No, you don't, do you?
She looks like she likes a good glass of wine.
Occasionally for festivals.
See? That's appropriate. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I dream of a world where we don't have to turn to mind alteration to enjoy life. I just want to be able
Need
to
only
bask
turn to
in the
our
light.
fate today.
Something like that, yeah.
But I definitely don't look down upon those who like to enjoy it.
No, I don't look down upon... I'm so sorry if it appeared that I look down upon you. I
A
don't.
little bit. Your reaction
You
was
are very
quite...
judgy.
Your reaction was quite
You must
stern.
realize that I grew up with Elder Pete and Elder Norway who do look down upon it.
Prudes. It's fine. I
Yeah,
understand.
you could say that.
Prudish, yes.
Sure.
They're reserved.
I don't-
There's nothing... I do not judge them for their lifestyles. I just merely ask they don't judge me for
Well,
many people's lifestyles.
especially in this unfortunate world of drugs, I understand if you have to turn to drugs and alcohol to get by on a daily basis. So
Oh, now we're really
What
partying.
is... How did this escalate to a problem level?
what do you mean? I mean, there is only one reason to drink, and that's to be sad. Right?
No,
No.
I've got a very skewed perspective on this.
Yeah,
It must be.
You too.
I think so. We'll go to a tavern.
Don't let them peer pressure you, though.
You don't need to drink. I'm not encouraging you to
just
drink. I'm
observe
just saying.
the
I'm just
I'm
wondering
just saying,
what
we will go to a
situations you've
tavern
been
and we'll-
in.
You have to
The
realize.
Luster Garrison is very small and cloistered, from my understanding.
Can I tell you guys a bit while we're on the road about where I come from?
Yes.
My mother. I'm an open book compared to some other old guys in armor.
I'm sorry.
My mother is a barmaiden. She's kind of known to get drunk and get rowdy and sleep with about any old knight that comes through the bar. I've seen a lot of men, a lot of sadness get culled by
I thought you
by
were
the cups.
familiar.
Oh,
I was gonna ask, where is this bar?
You found your father.
I know my father, and is not you. That's Akester. But would I be surprised if you had ended up in bed with my mother? Unfortunately, the answer is no.
Why do you speak so ill of your mother?
She's got mommy issues.
I don't. Excuse me. No. But she just has turned away from the light in nearly every way. And
So
she
you condemn her?
not necessarily. I'm just she is a barmaiden and I
She
grew up
did
in a
what-
bar
She did what she could to raise you.
and I respect her and I do love her. However,
That is a career.
it isn't the life I wanted to live, so that's why I left. Simple
There's
as that.
nothing wrong with that.
But what I'm trying to tell you is I grew up seeing a lot of sad men go into the tavern
And drink because they were
Drink.
sad.
and get angry and get tough with women. It put a really sour taste in my mouth
I don't deny that
for that type of
for
man.
people there, it can be an issue, but I'm just saying it isn't necessarily always one. We've dwelled on this subject.
I
Things are
think
binary in my young brain still.
I would like
It's either
to
0 or
have
100.
a cup to celebrate not having my veins full of rust. Maybe we could find a tavern to sleep at tonight.
I think we're still a little bit away from our destination. We could pull off at another town if you would like.
Anywhere close, Mel? Or we still got a ways away?
Fongad's pretty far away.
We'll just
I
pretend
have
there's a town.
I have a bottle or two of spirits.
Or
We could-
8.
Drunk blade strikes again.
So
Drunkarian.
you guys venture throughout the day. It's about 3 o'clock at this point, and you guys, like I've said, you've passed 1 to 2 wagons. Most people keep their heads down as they pass by.
Nobody giving us dirty looks.
No.
Nobody full rest.
You do have, as you're approaching closer to the evening, a cart of 2 people is passing by, and they seem way more lively than really anybody has passed by. They're singing songs. They have a mule, and they're just kind of like riding on this little tiny cart of theirs.
The mule is also singing.
Hi,
Hello there.
how you guys doing?
Quite well, stranger.
Oh, great. Well, they're locked up. No, that you just see.
No, we're just walking past each
Yeah,
other.
you're just walking past each other. Nothing too crazy. You just see 2 younger humans as they're just heading the south road. They just give you guys a wave and
Clear roads ahead.
hey, safe travels, yeah.
Yep, all right. Thank you.
Nothing crazy goes on. You
I
guys,
tell
those
them to
folks, I
stay
don't
out of the
trust
town that we just came from.
Oh yeah, good call.
That's why I asked them. I said, "Clear roads ahead."
whoa, where?
I don't know, that stone
Fallengrad.
falling.
Stonegard.
Stone.
Stoneborough?
Yeah.
Stoneborough.
Wait, you said warn them about the place?
Yeah.
Oh,
don't go
I'm sorry.
there.
Oh no.
I thought you were asking about the place we were coming from.
Well, we were going to stop by there, but thanks for saying something.
Yep.
We're going to Haffron.
It's quarantined. You'll die if you go there.
You realize Haffron is overcome with slaver activity? Maybe not overcome, but there's slaver activity there. You know that, right? Yeah, there's
It's all bad.
slavers.
You're ruining
Haffron.
these kids' lives.
We've been traveling for 80 days to go to Haffron.
That's
Just give up. Life's terrible.
you can go see Edith Shortguard. She'll give you wonderful bread. But
Just be safe.
Be cautious.
Keep your head on a swivel.
tally marks on the forearms mean you might end up in ropes tomorrow.
We don't mean to frighten you, strangers. Say, why don't we? It's getting late. We might be able to join wagons and camp together for the evening.
We're going that way, and you're going that way.
It's late, right? Right now.
It's like 5 o'clock.
Oh,
It's about to do that.
no, I thought it was later at night.
I don't trust her.
Well, they're
Well,
going that way and we're going
If
that
you
way.
would do us a kind favor, warn people you come across about
Stoneborough.
Stoneborough.
Barrow Keep is not good.
Plague.
Plague.
Stoneborough.
They dying.
They're all
dead.
dead. Every
It's just-
single one of them is dead.
Oh shit! Our cousin out there.
He's dead.
And you'll die as well if you go there.
God damn, you guys are brutal. Well, alright. Spencer, where are we going from here?
Can we talk to Spencer, please?
I'm sorry, my brother is idiot.
No, Mom, he's gone dumb. He's gone dumb.
And you haven't?
No, I'm smart.
I don't say
My
that.
mom
I
says
don't.
I'm a smart boy.
Hey, may the light be with you.
Now we know that if we don't like somebody,
Oh,
we send
oh,
them to
I
Stoneborough.
will say, they didn't really give us much of an
It's
issue,
the
but there
best
are
town
some
ever.
auction guys, the ox.
Legion of the Ox.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
far up the road?
I met they were going up north, a little bit away. I saw them like a day ago or so.
How many?
It's just a squad of like 4 or 5. They rough us up. They say, "Hey, give us the money." And I said, "My brother's sick." And they said, "We don't care. Give us the money." And I only had a gold, so I gave them the gold, and then we're good.
I'm sorry that happened to you. But
Here, take this. He gives him a gold.
Thank you. You were the kindest person I've ever met.
No problem. I don't have
safe
much.
travels.
I steal
Keep
the gold
cautious
now.
on the road to Haffron, as we've encountered a few slavers along the way.
Retcon! I don't have a gold. I gave him 1 silver.
You're the medium nicest person
Didn't we
I've
You're
ever
the most mediocre person.
Did we get paid yet? Hold on.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
not
say-
yet.
Oh,
We did not get paid. Okay.
He's gonna pay
Right.
us on the way, once we get there.
I don't have much, but here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Spencer, we're eating good tonight. All right.
Do you have food, friend?
Oh, he got food. Yeah. Look at. He opens up. He's got like just a bunch of
Food.
rotten meat that they've been like, yeah,
They have a donkey.
we just cut around it and we just eat the good parts.
Sometimes dire times.
I'll give him. How is from here? It's about what 8 days to Afrin.
Yeah.
I give him 8 rations, or I give him 10 rations.
You guys are so kind.
It'll get you most of the way.
To be
there.
fair, we had 5 days to hunt and trap. We probably have a really good reserve of like squirrel, rabbit,
we have, like,
small game.
Not rabbits.
We have
We
like
were out of
6
there.
months worth.
Yes.
I purchase 10 rations, which I give over to them.
I didn't. My bread's probably gone though.
I think I
Right.
bought extra.
You did.
We did
As
because
backups.
it was a long road in case we couldn't find.
And then me and Miss
hunting.
LaFontaine steal everything you just gave them.
That's crazy.
Bye.
Friend, I'd be wary eating that meat. Don't get sick on the road.
You just cut the bad parts off. It's really good.
Just make sure you boil it.
Do you, excuse me, is your brother actually ill?
Spencer turns it because he's like facing the other way.
Is he stiff?
Hey.
Sorry. And he's gonna not talk to Spencer. He's gonna talk to the other guy. Is he ill?
No, you got bump in the head.
Oh, okay. I can't heal that,
He
unfortunately.
got bump in the head and he never been the same ever since.
I see.
He used to be real smart.
A horse
I
kicked
bet
him
he
in the
was.
face.
He's still capable of great things. We all are. Just a fucking collapse. We're good at saying good words.
Safe travels to you, friends.
And he falls off his sword. Anyway.
I turn to you guys. If the Legion of the Ox are near, we should be very cautious. There are some, there are many.
Quick tab out lore reminder.
Yes.
The Legion of the Oxen. What do I know about them?
So, Legion of the Ox. They are part of Drex's
Bad.
people
Okay.
army.
Bad.
All minotaurs.
You have to think they are necessary. They are, in sense, the nation's army,
But they're the Mafia.
but they also aren't the best people. They don't just go around just flat out killing people, but they do keep control. Instead of being agents of peace, they're agents of fear. They go around.
Strong hand.
They
They're
go along collecting taxes.
Essentially the SS.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Go around collecting tax and whatever they need to do, and yeah. They,
The Colombian government.
The
Basically.
Secret Service.
basically.
I was thinking of a different. But they are kind of the elite soldiers.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
They're the top tier soldiers.
They are his army.
Yeah.
So like, when you see them, they are heavily armored and they mean business. But
Yeah.
they don't. They don't just like see a person and go, "I'm gonna
No,
kill you."
for sure.
now." But
Should we do you lot have we've kind of talked of Drexis and of Jarwick. Do you know the Legion of the Ox and kind of what's going on the continent?
No, not a bit.
There was
No,
no,
but-
news.
But we told you guys about. I would have explicitly explained.
Yes.
Everything about them.
They're very bad. We
Yes, just what was explained.
shouldn't.
Ideally, if we come across them, we give them what they want, and we hope that they do not try to rough us up too much.
Correct.
give them what they want, and this is Mel. He's riding the. Give them what they want, and probably don't mention the luster garrison.
Oh,
Nor
certainly
mention-
not. I
nor
wouldn't
mention
dare.
I'd also
My
probably
association
say,
with the crest of the golden dove.
yeah. I'd also probably say don't mention that you're not from around here.
It's good just not to speak very much. The less said around them, the better.
I'm going to need an alibi for my armor. I look like a knight.
That's good enough.
I close your clothes.
Okay, well, I kind of wanted to be a knight of something else. Maybe.
You can, but I'm just saying the Legion of the Ox are not fools. They are capable warriors.
I'm not really good at lying. Maybe you could say I can't talk like Steven?
You just need not
Yeah, she
say
got
anything.
Bonked on the head.
You need not lie. You just need not speak.
Yeah.
That's
But I feel like
What happens if they
maybe
address her
they-
directly?
yeah, maybe if
It's
they
better probably
are
to
like,
tell the
"You
truth.
I will.
Are wearing
I will-
weird pants.
I will talk to them as much as possible, but that is one of the reasons why I suggested buying traveling cloaks, things that do not stand out, things
Yeah,
that
the
would
old
be easier.
senile card.
Honestly, just pull the hoods up and
Yeah,
wear the
I
hoods.
have my
Honestly,
clothes on.
if we encounter them, I will speak to them and hopefully be able to garner passage. And typically, they like their pay in gold. That being said, whatever gold you may have, do your best to conceal it.
If not,
I don't have any gold.
Any coin at all. Just be cautious.
This is a question for the DM.
Yes, an answer for you.
How do you hide $1 million gold?
Well, I forgot to ask you when we started how much gold Lysandra would have left with.
She's
All
on
of it.
vacation.
Well,
she got vacation money,
with-
baby.
How about this? With the crash and with, all of that, roll me 2d20s.
Oh, 2d20s is a good value of gold.
Okay, so you're
Two.
gonna, so
Could be
roll
a
the
lot, could be
so
not.
roll the first one and then you multiply with the second one.
Oh no!
She fucked up and hit the.
Damn.
I don't remember what it had.
Just re-roll. I'm a complete re-roll though.
Complete
Two
re-roll the one that
balls.
moved.
No,
Roll
complete
both.
reroll both.
If you're gonna re-roll, it has
One,
to be both.
yeah, if you reroll, you don't have
What?
to reroll necessarily.
But you said that you don't remember what the first one was, so you knocked it.
Yeah, but the
So
second.
complete re-roll. It's either it's not my fault that you bumped your dice.
Stinky.
Stinky. Fuck! That was so much worse. 11.
All right, you got 11
Oh,
gold.
that's on the low end of what you could have gotten.
That's on the low.
That, to be fair, I have 11 silver, so
11 gold.
Well, that's not what I have 36 in my inventory.
So you get 11 more gold.
I get 11 more gold, is what I hear.
You get 11 gold.
you.
No.
how much gold is in my inventory?
Roll me 2d6s.
Watch me get higher than 11.
I would laugh so hard.
I'm gonna kill myself.
With
Whoa.
a gun.
6.
You have 6
Just
gold.
kidding.
Mrs. LaFontaine, you should roll a D. You already
100.
rolled it.
D100.
Yeah,
D100
we-
or GTFO.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right.
Don't give away any more of her secrets.
I'm like, you can give her more gold.
I asked about it a
She
month ago.
is a woman of class and stature.
And faith.
Anyway, so as you
Our faith.
I'm so.
you guys
My faith
conti-
is gay.
Okay.
Yeah, my faith gay. My
That's a
alignment,
poster.
gay. You guys continue heading down the road. The night begins to arise. The moons come up. Sun goes down.
There's two of them.
There's 3 of them.
Everything gets hotter when the sun goes down.
Yeah. So if you want to roll a survival, or if you just want to find, I don't know if you guys want to search for a place to camp, or if you're just
Oh no, with
camp.
the Legion of the Ox, we're gonna look for a decent place
Okay.
to camp.
Roll survival. Whoever.
Can I have advantage with
Yes.
walking?
Yes.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Oh wow! That's pretty bad. Walken's talking about bunnies the whole time.
I rolled a 6.
He's a bit distracted. I got a 7
Oh, with an advantage?
with advantage.
Well, you guys are in a.
We camp in the road.
There's
You guys are in a more prairie-esque area, so
it's hard to find a place
looking
to hide.
looking for a place to hide. It's kind
Wow.
of hard for you to do.
They're heading north, though. We're also heading north.
But you do find a nice little clearing where there's a group of like 4 or 5 trees that kind of block off this little parcel. So you go in there, park your cart, and in the dead of night, you feel as if people probably won't steal your wagon.
We'll do what we can.
Yep. So you make your nice little bonfire, and if you guys want to do any role playing, or if you want to,
I pull out a bottle of whiskey and a bottle of wine. I begin to pour some glasses for everybody who would like to partake.
You would
I
have
go through my
known not to
routine
pour
of
a
setting
glass
up
for
Nico's,
Johannes.
setting up Mrs. LaFontaine, setting up my camp stuff, and I go to the fire.
Lysandra, you're being very charitable for the 2 people you're traveling with.
Well, Nico is very old.
Do you work
That's
in,
I understand that.
And
That is
Mrs.
very
LaFontaine doesn't know how to work her tent.
are you,
I have
you
a
in
fe-
service at home? Where you're from? Sorry.
That's okay.
No? Why?
Just seem to enjoy serving.
I also have a feeling that Miss LaFontaine is plenty capable of doing that.
She's never camped before.
it doesn't look like she's ever had any dirt on her hands.
Oh no, she has.
I don't know. Let me see that. Look, she's got like perfectly formed fingernails. How do you even do that?
She's got a file and just.
How do you even do that? What are you?
What
are you?
That's rude.
Miss LaFontaine, I think I agree with him. I think you do sort of owe an explanation for what you do.
I told you I'm a housewife.
makes
Right. A housewife. With weapons.
You gotta protect yourself.
That is also true.
Right.
You can't trust men in the city.
That's true.
Or
yes.
just
We've
men.
seen.
Predators.
I'm sorry, I can see this must be a sore subject.
Please, raise a glass.
Aye, aye.
To new travel companions,
Walking pours you some tea.
What is this spirit?
Thanks.
that is wine.
Nice.
We just have wine here. There's no particular vintages or anything. It's just wine. To new travel companions, may our roads be clear and our days bright and lit with the light.
Here, here.
Johannes liked that.
Praise be to the gay.
You know, for all that I have seen drink lead to a negative aspects of man, it does bring people together.
See, as I said before, not always a negative thing.
Now let's drink until we get angry.
Okay, that's... Here we go again.
Yeah.
That's my
Come
child.
here, Johannes. Let me hit you.
I guess
These days, sparsity causes sobriety, I fear. At least for myself.
Yeah.
All right.
Mrs. LaFontaine, how are you doing?
It's dirty out here. My feet hurt. And I need a nice bed.
I'm sure we could arrange for something like that in Necrota. Maybe you can stay. I think she.
No, I
isn't-
think I'm really enjoying your company.
No, but I didn't mean to offend.
No, I
just.
really love traveling with you.
It just
You're
seems that maybe you're meant for the city more, and we're meant for spreading religion.
No, I love being your friend.
I am so glad you said that, Miss LaFontaine. It warms me, truly.
Are you worried about your husband?
Hopefully he's staying in Necrota for a long time.
I know us
If it works.
getting here was traumatic, to say the least.
Sorry, the fire was distracting me for a moment.
I was dancing really crazy.
I know my loved one has been heavy on my mind. I just wanted to see how you were feeling.
I must ask, out of personal curiosity, your mother, correct? And your husband, what is it that they do? I remember you speaking that your mother was a diplomat of sorts. Your husband, you did not mention.
He's a merchant.
Merchant of...
Many goods.
Merchants.
Insight? I mean, like, what? Yeah, like, many goods. Is that sketchy?
It's
Yeah,
code for drugs.
Fuck.
Or
7.
More people.
Nope. 9.
Your husband was successful at this.
Yes, very successful.
Tell me a little bit about your homes. I've lived in Illumia my entire life. I must admit I also have a curiosity for the world beyond our shores.
SFI.
You have told us a lot about Illumia.
I start talking about Styark and the upper crust that I'm aware of.
Do you have do you have like a description of it in your head? Like, is
Nope.
it like, no? Can you tell us about Styark?
Yes. So she starts describing Styark, and you guys know this as the main human region in the
Humans.
other land, the
Weak.
Pangea. That is the other
So
land.
sleepy.
She is quoting that she's from port town of Davin,
Port.
and that it's very much what Haffron wishes that it could be. It's this huge city where a lot of goods are taken to and from. It's very industrial, not necessarily factory, but getting there. It's a very big, booming, hustle bustle city that has this very prominent upper echelon where the richer folk are from, and that's where she kind of explains like there's a lot of apartments and there's like these big manor estate area.
This is
where-
human noble city.
Human noble, and yeah, it's a big workforce city. It's a port town, so there's a lot of sailors. There's
CEOs.
there's a lot of businessmen that run, the different trade routes and merchants and all that. So.
If you would allow it, I would like to roll insight on your character. I want to try and garner two things. One, if you speak about Stark like you're from there, and two, if you speak about the upper echelon, if you were born to it or if you achieved it.
Fishing for those nuggets.
I'm not from Styark, right? I'm from more of like the elvish territory. But not really born into it either. Just kind of.
Almost would say you married into it.
Yeah.
Almost fell into it.
Yeah. So kind of like an outsider talking about like.
Yeah. That's all I'm trying to garner is just like, you know what I mean? Because it's very different talking about your hometown versus like the place where you live now.
Right. Or like me talking about where we live now versus when we lived down in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So your hometown then?
Where's my hometown?
Your hometown was on the outskirts of the Renora area, which is the Elven district. Very much more foresty and whatnot. You were on the outskirts, so you were in this main trade city that was kind of a center point where a lot of people from Styark or from Almaral or Drynock, all these people would kind of come towards this center city and would redistribute out. So it was, although you were in this more elven nature area, you were kind of in this. You were always in this HUD.
It was a crossroads.
Very much so. You were always in this HUD of trade and merchants, and that's actually where you met
My husband.
your husband.
Because he's a merchant.
Mm-hmm.
Of many things.
Of many things.
And he's a man of strength?
You said this is part of Renora's territory.
Renora.
Oh my goodness, you were born in Renora.
Yes, both of my parents and my siblings are still there. I made a character, guys, that has 2 loving parents and loving siblings and a loving husband.
Boo.
No drama.
Boo. Troubleless characters. Renora, you
I know a lot about the area.
are you from there as well?
I am. I'm from Alo, the capital. And I look around. So we have a couple, not tag-along, well, kind of tag-alongs, but like Mel, he's been traveling with us. Didn't we pick up 2 other people?
Walking and
Crag.
Are they around the fire with us?
We've been traveling with them for like
The same
6
amount of
days.
times you've been
Yeah,
traveling.
you've known them for as long as you've known us. Yeah.
Minus a day.
Minus literally 1 day.
Same amount as the
Yeah.
essentially.
You met
Okay.
them the first night you guys left.
Okay. Because I just was kind of seeing how comfortable I felt with them. Because they're
These strangers, I don't know
well,
these
they're
guys.
NPCs. They're not like
For sure.
player characters.
Yeah.
So I just
And
don't.
inherently
They
untrustworthy.
do come across pretty trustworthy though. Like they
Okay.
don't seem sus.
Yeah.
I don't.
They-
From
they-
Johannes'
yeah.
perspective.
Saved that
I guess.
rabbit's life.
They've helped.
true.
They've helped us
Gentle
with everything.
They seem
and-
like good people.
Good folk.
Until they're not.
until they're not.
Until I stab us in the back.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm from Alo. My mother Amiria and my father Phelan. They are currently the rulers there.
The rulers.
My mother was here securing a peace agreement.
So
when-
you're a princess.
Oh, not really. I have an older sister, but
princess nonetheless.
Yeah.
I think that still makes you a princess.
So
Your mother came alone?
people would be looking for her, no?
She came with a full guard.
Oh,
but
good.
we-
She's definitely okay.
Well, how long ago was it that your mother left?
When the bubble appeared.
10
when
years
we
ago,
heard
then.
nothing when I was 9 years old.
Oh, it's been 10 years. Oh.
I would. Can I roll a history? It's not. I don't think that. I'll roll it at disadvantage because I don't think that would be tied in. I think this is a particular dark moment in Dendarian's past, but I still think had I heard about a well-to-do ruler, like foreign ruler, arriving on our shores, I think I would have heard. Maybe.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe if you're at a bar or something.
Drinking.
Yeah.
15.
15. So you think back and you don't remember a direct point of like, yeah, so and so is coming this way, but you remember when Jawik was in charge, there was a lot of like diplomacy missions. Like they would have people from all across Vale would come and visit him. So
Yeah.
having somebody from, Renora or Al-Ramal or Styark coming to visit on good terms and talking about trade or army or whatever it needs to be wasn't out of any ordinary.
Sure.
So having her come over on an
But
ambassador.
Was your mother coming to meet King Jawik?
Yes. And it wasn't like an out of the ordinary trip. She had made it before.
I fear that. Yes, we'll find her.
I think
I'm
it'd be
sure.
safe to assume that if they were meeting with Jawik, they would be guests of Jawik, and which means they would
Yes, I'm sure everything's fine.
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
probably
yeah.
find more information in Necrota.
Yeah, sounds.
And she had
How
the
many
royal guard with her.
and how many were her royal guard?
800.
They had 10 of the most fierce warriors
The
that
guard
were
of 10.
selected.
Of course, I'm sure they would have kept your mother safe. We'll find her again. If Necrota would be the place to get any information, that foreign dignitaries rather hard to go missing.
You guys don't have to lie to me. If she's dead, I want to at least bring her body home.
I don't know if she's dead for sure, but if I'm being completely honest,
It's been 10
she
years.
would be a political prisoner, I think.
I don't think that we should jump to conclusions.
You're right.
10 years is a long time. And who's to say how she came about finding out about Drawwick's death or any of that? There's many questions that come in. But one thing is certain is that once she was here, she was unable to leave.
I just can't imagine why they
She
would
could
hold
be
her for 10
preoccupied.
years and not
To be honest,
send any information out. What are they getting from it then?
nobody's been able to send any information out, period. We've been unable to receive any either.
Maybe
But
Drexus has means, though. I mean, that he keeps secret, potentially? A hidden portal? Or...
honestly, I don't...
Do you think he's orchestrating all of
Well,
this then?
no.
She could
There's
be
too
completely
many...
fine. I once worked on a project for 10 years without even realizing it.
It's not like my
Mike-
mother and elven children, they mature fast.
Let me ask you this.
She wouldn't have left.
Your mother, is she a trusting person? Is she someone who would give the benefit of the doubt to a stranger?
No.
She's cautious.
Yes. If
It
she
would have been-
was meeting with Jawik,
It would have been nearly impossible for her to not have found out about Jawik's death upon arriving here. Maybe not immediately, but within a day or two. Unless she was meeting the current king at the port, which I highly doubt that he would have even been aware of it. He might have had records, but I'm sure he was focused on other things rather than dealing with foreign dignitaries.
if my mother didn't suspect foul play in King Jawik's death, she would probably feel it was her duty to meet the new ruler.
Well, that is the question. The question is if she went to meet him, then it's difficult to say what has become of her. But I would like to believe that, especially if she's a cautious person, that perhaps she tried to find a way out and was unable to escape and with her 10 guard probably tried to disappear. That would be my guess, but
She's pretty capable herself as well. She was the person who first taught me some self-defense stuff.
we will... I'm sure we'll be able to find some answers. Maybe not as direct an answer as I initially thought in Necrota, but something. We can check. Necrota typically has many manifests of large shipments and things like that. We might be able to check the library there as well.
I mean, if she's as cunning as you are, then I'm sure she's just okay.
She is, and Renora has many friends. We live a long time, and we're typically a peaceful nation.
Nikolai,
Yes.
now I understand that you're trying to get in contact with Lampros as well.
Yes.
And you're heading to Necrota?
Yes. And I start pulling out a bunch of metal pieces that remotely look like a person. I'm building a robot.
Really? And what is a robot?
I'm building the Steel Man. He'll be able to function and move,
Like a regular person?
but made out of metal.
Will you not be too heavy?
No, it'll be remarkably strong and be able to carry me wherever I go.
Will he have a soul?
I'm working on that.
Okay.
It's fascinating.
Right now, he'll just be bolts and nuts. But
Just-
eventually, I want to be able to speak with him in
Interesting.
Has this been your primary focus for some time?
ages.
How long? If you don't mind my asking.
A good 300 years or so. I've been in process with Lampros also has what you would call automatons.
I remember manufacturing equipment vaguely, but nothing as you described.
This Lampros would come and tour all over and show off his great inventions.
Would I know about Lampros?
Roll a history at disadvantage.
Why is
Because that's not necessarily your forte.
You're too young.
I look at the two of you. Is this common outside of Lumia? Talking metal men.
6.
No, not at all. I'm shocked. This sounds very.
I've told you several times about it.
I'm.
The whole boat ride.
Yep.
I know, but it's enthralling. I can't fathom it. I'm still waiting for it to start moving.
I have to connect them all together, but yes, eventually, yes.
Have
He'll be
you?
able to fight alongside us and everything.
So, have you come to exchange notes with Lampros, or is there a particular problem that you're struggling with?
Yes. Balance.
Have you tried praying?
No.
Usually fixes my problems. So.
Oh, that's fair.
Ask Illumia.
Come.
No.
Yes, we must pray it away.
Oh, okay. I can try. I
Pray
mean,
it to life.
usually I heal beings, but I'll try to ask for
You're the one
Illumia's...
that offered prayer, and now you ain't even gonna
Nico's
pray?
in his cups. Let's
No,
pray over my metal.
I can try. I can try to pray for the robot.
I would like to roll insight on Johannes. Is he a full-on, like, hardcore cleric, like, faith is all you need. Faith will cure everything, that's it? Like, that's what I'm trying to garner with this.
Let's
That
get
is,
to
I
know
think,
each
a
other.
17? 17.
He thinks the light can cure everything.
You can tell that he's trying really hard to convince himself that that's the type of person he is.
He wants to be.
Yes, correct. He's trying.
He
He's
says,
trying
"This is
so
my
hard.
identity."
Like
This
you,
is who I
You
am.
can tell he's thought this out a lot, and he's like, "This is like what it is. This is what
This-
I am. Look at
this
this
is
big
me,
sign, this
yeah.
big cross that I'm holding. This is me. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
What
Gotcha.
teenagers do,
Yes.
like I'm a soccer
like,
soccer
yes, you're
guy.
hot.
I'm
Yes,
Put
yeah,
it all
100%.
together, and it'll take a step, and then it just falls over.
Okay, well, let me try this, and he's gonna lay on hands the robot. What happens?
It works. It comes to life.
Typically, when you feel like when you do lay on hands, you feel this like warmth leaving you to this new, you know. If typically it's a person, so you feel this warmth go to this other person. You do it to that, and you don't feel like a transfer.
Sir, it feels like I'm not doing it.
Well, here, let's go over these blueprints and see if we can figure it out.
Oh, sure, of course. I can try. I know simple maths.
Here, I'll move out of the way and allow you to pour over this.
I know my-
No, come now. It's good for a young man to learn from his elders.
I know addition and subtraction. Maybe I
This
can
is
help.
gonna
I
last
believe
all
so.
night.
Does not know how much that.
Now,
old
see,
man
Johannes,
thought.
if we move this at a 45-degree angle and rotate the axis counterclockwise.
Isn't 45-degree... it's obtuse.
Cute.
Oh,
But anyway,
darn it, I always mess that up. Dang it. Okay, next.
And then that's how we spend our night.
He's trying so hard to, like, keep up with it. He's just not super bright. He's not super mechanically inclined at all.
Now
you can
you're
tell.
smart.
It's
There's
not...
enthusiasm.
That's not... Yeah, he's trying, but you could tell it's just not. He doesn't understand.
Miss LaFontaine, might I ask, what do you do in your spare time at home? You...
Kill predators.
I hang out with the other wives a lot. There's several wives in the merchant guild that we're in.
Now, what do you do together?
We drink wine and gossip about other people in town.
You remind me of one of my friends at home, and she loves a good gossip. She's also very brave, like you are.
What's her name?
Her name's Marjorie.
Is she from Renora?
She lives kind of in Ailil, but a little more in the countryside.
Friend in common, perhaps.
Maybe. Although you said your family lives more on the edges
Yes.
of Renora. Ailil is farther into.
Right, yeah, it's middle. It's the main one.
Although where she's from, it's beautiful, the forests. We've talked a lot about us, Dundarian. I haven't heard about yourself.
As soon as she brings that up,
Me.
Johannes like finds that as his like exit to that and is oh yes, Dundarian, and he's I'm gonna set this down for a moment. Oh, yes, tell us about yourself.
What would you like to know?
Where did you go to school?
I went to school in Henya.
None your business. I get it.
No, Henya,
Oh,
the Elven capital.
okay, yeah. Sorry, that's a cruel joke people used to tell me in school.
800 years ago.
The Leicester Garrison didn't teach you about our capital.
No, I know of Henya. You just said Nunya, and it reminded me of a awful joke that they used to tell me.
You were right.
May I see your cup? You've been drinking hard alcohol.
It's tea.
Is that what he told you? I'm just kidding.
Nelson
I'm just kidding.
gave him some hard liquor.
I'm
No.
just kidding.
Mel's already
No, I
passed
went to
out.
school in Henya. I attended the university there and
And then you battled, right?
battled.
Where did
Yeah,
you
you were a hero, right?
expertise?
Much at the military academy there.
Yes,
I,
you're a battler. A warrior.
Is that a
soldier.
term? Battler?
Battler.
No.
No.
Soldier.
You were a brawler.
No.
Soldier.
Soldier.
Battler. Yeah.
I've just
Battler.
I've just got a picture of my head of you in battles. I don't know. Just,
I was.
Battler.
I've served the crest of the Golden Dove for many years. I'll protect the land in a different time and made sure the king's peace was upheld.
not under Drexus.
No.
Steven told him that.
I would never serve under Drexus.
Not
What are your
even-
passive insights?
103.
With 103, you notice that
14.
like he asks about like did I serve under Drexus, and there's a moment of like surprise at him not remembering something like from history, and then just kind of like brushing off and be like, no, I would never serve under the new king.
Passive insight's a 10.
I have a 14.
I have a 14.
I think over
Yeah.
10 you guys would
You
have
get
noticed that, just his hesitation of like,
And I coach.
yeah, yes, but I upheld the king's peace for many centuries.
Oh, you're old.
I do envy you in a way.
Well aged.
I envy you in a way that you got to live in Illumia during times where the light shone its brightest.
Truly. It was a different world.
We'll be back.
We will bring it back.
After these
People
messages.
People like you, people, not just Faith, people like you, will really be instrumental in it.
I think so too.
As much as I hate to say it, but I fear that Nikolai and I may not ever see a world like it was.
No, it's only going to be a few years.
Some people would argue that there couldn't be light without darkness.
I'm gonna live forever.
Oh, well, let me say, life in Lumia was not perfect before.
Of course, there's always going to be...
There was need
Shadows,
for peacekeepers,
yes.
of course, but it was not... We did not live in an all-consuming darkness. There was not threat of slavers.
That is what it feels like now.
Oh, but when my
Yes.
father frees the land, there won't be any shadows anymore.
And do you think your father's capable?
Johannes,
course.
when is the last time you heard from your father?
A decade.
I've
Have you ever heard from him?
never met him.
But you, even if you've never met him,
I've
you've
never
never
met
exchanged
him.
letters. The elders at the monastery never told you anything
Oh no, I studied all about him at the monastery.
of him. But
Correct.
there was never any exchange of letters or anything. What spurred you to go seek him out?
Can I roll an insight to see if he is just trying to make himself believe that this like hero is his dad?
You know what? That's my daddy.
What did you get?
13.
He very obviously
Believes it.
believes and wants so badly to show you guys that his dad is a hero.
I was like, he's making this shit up.
No, I haven't exchanged letters with him, but
The elders never conveyed a message from him to you.
he's been on the road since I was very little. That's true? He's been
Yeah.
he hasn't been at the Luster Garrison in 20 years, and I'm 18.
He hasn't been. Well, you didn't join the Luster Garrison until you were about 13.
Exactly.
But he has not been there
In like 10 years.
It's been, if you're 18, it's been about 5 years.
It's been 5 years since he was at the Luster Garrison.
Well, since you've been at the Luster Garrison.
I'm asking when the last time he would have been at the Garrison.
About 6, 7 years.
So,
You got your mom pregnant.
Johannes.
actually,
That
yes.
sounds about right.
That-
That's what happened to my dad. Got my mom pregnant. Haven't seen him since.
You just seem so very certain
I am
that he's somewhere to be met. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, no.
That you said you're seeking him out, but just out of the blue, what spurred your adventure?
Well, I got tired of sitting around in the Luster Garrison just waiting for the world to pass me by. I'm an adult now.
Of course, but I'm saying you didn't hear a call or a message from him. You just decided you would find your father.
I mean, I talked to everybody at the Luster Garrison who told me the route he took, so I followed his route. And then I talked to somebody in Haffron, and they told me he was here X amount of time, and he's headed this way. So we know very well where he's going.
That's good. Then we will find him.
Exactly.
I have a hard time understanding in my culture, elven children, they're such a gift for someone to not even meet their child when they're traveling so extensively.
Do you
Not even write a single word to their child.
My father doesn't know I exist. Now, let me go back to when I was talking about my mother. She's a bar maiden. And my
Oh.
whole life growing up, I watched many men bed with her, but she swore to me that my father was Ekester Lysander. So,
I want to roll.
and I resemble him. It's hard to deny that.
I want to roll history. I don't know if I've ever met him in person, but I know of him fairly well. Do they look
Do
alike?
they look alike?
Roll.
Let me first, before we answer that, let me describe the way that I look one more time. Shorter for an elf, not super pointed ears for an elf,
Yeah.
greenish skin tone,
Lightly green.
snaggletooth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
You've never described your mom to us.
Mom's
Oh.
an elf.
You haven't seen her yet. He hasn't described it. If you had asked for a description of like what's your mom look like,
with
you
a
would answer.
22, I have a decent understanding of what the father looks like, or
I mean,
what he would look like.
You've heard the name Kester. You haven't met him per se, but you
I can tell you what you imagine.
He's a high elf.
High elf,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
chisel
Like,
jaw,
tall- yeah,
blonde
that's
hair,
what- that's what I'm saying.
pointy ass
Like-
ears.
Remember,
Yeah.
one thing that kind of stuck out about him is that he had where most high elves have like blonde hair or like a more like gold hair. His hair was actually silver. Just
And tell me about,
He finds out
you know,
about his
tell me
dad, all of
more
that.
about your mother. Because that was like all internal me, just like trying to like think of what I know about your father. Tell me about
She
your mother.
doesn't come from a place of high birth.
It's,
Um,
it's nothing
That
wrong
doesn't
with that.
matter.
her granddaddy and grandma, they owned a farm up north.
Elven peoples. You don't know what
No,
if
kind
your
of.
mother's an elf or not?
A little bit. Some of that,
Half
some of
of
that. Can you describe my mom?
yeah, so he's like a little bit. His mom, from the sounds of it, is half halfling and half orc.
Is how he's describing her.
So not
So
elf.
he's not saying. She's like, yeah, she's got kind of pointy ears, and she was really small, and she's a little green. She's not a goblin, but
Not a goblin,
She,
she's not a gnome.
She like my
Half orc,
grandpa.
half goblin.
He was a big guy, and my grandma was a little girl, and
But the green complexion comes from, from her.
You seem anxious. There's nothing to be anxious about.
No, I'm not anxious about anything. It's just
he's like tiptoeing around all of the things I would say that.
That's
she
what.
is
That's
probably-
what. That's the vibe
Yeah.
I'm getting. Is that he's like.
I think you're anxious about most things.
I do get that impression about you a little bit, Johannes.
What's your mother's name?
I forget.
Snaggletooth.
Do you have it?
I do. I forget what it is.
I have it somewhere.
I don't want us to have a what's my mother's name?
Francis Monroe.
Talk for a little bit.
Okay.
Where is your mother now?
At the tavern.
In what city?
Is that where you grew up?
You guys are asking questions that only he has answers to.
Oh.
City in
That's why you gotta have your sheet tabbed.
My
So-
sheet tabbed.
So,
Your backstory.
Backstory.
so
I didn't write
tell
it.
us about him.
I actually have. It's not even on paper. Mike and I just spitballed one night, and that was like, that's a good backstory.
Tell us about Soul.
Faith of
So
Gay.
it's up north in the mountains. There's the Luster Garrison, and then there's a little town that's not as north. Small town, elven-ish, just on the road. It's like, imagine like
That's how you handle the cold so well.
it's the interstate, and then there's like one big road, like rest stop. That's the town, and that one big rest stop.
the
roughly
truck
80
stop.
people.
A lot of armies go through there,
Yes.
and they love to stop there.
I'm familiar with that road.
Yes.
I've traveled it many
And
times in
you've
my
spent your
youth.
whole life at this Luster Garrison.
No, I
Since you were
left home when I was 13, so it's been 5 years that I've been there.
That's
most
a
of my adult life.
very young age to leave on your own.
Well, I mean, like I said, I decided that staying in a town full of drunken knights and worthless idiots was not for me. I was meant for greater things.
Johannes.
So I went to go find my father, and that's why I went to the Luster Garrison to find him,
course.
which they had told me, oh, he departed 2 years ago, but we will train you, and then they trained me as a son of
course.
their own.
Might I ask you a question? When you left,
If
did
I'll send
you
it to you.
tell your mother?
Huh?
When you left, did you tell your mother?
Well, she knew that I wanted to go to the Luster Garrison for a long time.
But you did not tell her.
I don't think I owed that to her.
You don't think she's worried about you?
Eh.
What's
Oh, my mother. I remember her name suddenly.
you've been saying it this whole time?
Her name is.
Is it? What?
Grapple gaggle. Okay.
That's a beautiful elvish name if I've ever heard one.
Oh, the town is called Tevrin. It's a decent-sized town that borders the Selevia Forest, home to the Evans character, mother of
its character, you say. I've heard of fables of that great hero.
No, the tavern is called the Dewdrop, and her name is Geneva Squimble.
Wait, the Dewdrop?
Geneva Squimble. Do not. Yes, it's the Dew.
I've been to the Dewdrop.
I know you've been to the Dewdrop. You seem the type. And I only say that because you're a warrior, and it's many people on the road to wars.
Many soldiers do take that road.
It is known. Many warriors.
The crest of the Golden Dove had stayed there many times, but
Do you know-
I had not been there.
Do you know Geneva?
Honestly,
Oh no!
I highly doubt it. Last time I was there was over 100 years ago.
I know Geneva.
You know Geneva!
Don't say that, please.
I was there 400 years ago, and let me tell you.
She's not that old. She's been alive for like 40 years.
Oh, then I know your great-great-grandmother.
Geneva.
She was a farmer.
That's what they
I
went
know.
to.
Oh,
She
was
put the
Wow,
hoe. She
her
put the
field,
hoe in
alright.
hoeing.
Anyway, I've denounced
Your
the
Highness,
Squid.
I'm not your father. I'm your great-great-great-great-grand.
I have denounced the Squimble name. I will not own it. You can't call me Squimble. I am a
Your Highness.
Lysander.
Swimble.
I am
fine.
a Lysander.
We will find your father.
Johannes Squibble.
He was a great man, and he is somebody that honestly I would love to meet and talk with. In times like these, heroes are few and far between.
Oh, I plan on reporting to him and doing whatever he asks.
Well, I've sworn an oath to help you find him.
And I will swear an oath to help him bring the light back to Illumia.
Yes.
I want to find my mother, hopefully alive. But Renora has always been close partners with Illumia, and we would love to see you a country of the people again, I'm sure.
It's going to happen.
If this magic barrier were to be lifted, could give assistance.
When?
Quick question for House Lysander. Is that a high noble house? No, it's a low noble.
Well,
Lowest
Sounds
branch,
fancy.
Scraping the ground.
Lysander, he's not. It's not a noble house.
He's
that's what I'm
just a
asking.
little bit of a legend, right? He's just like a
He's
combat
just a hero.
Yeah.
He's just a hero.
Just a hero.
So cute.
We need a hero.
Doesn't have a big. The only reason that name's big is because of him. Basically.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked away the hours of the night.
Yeah.
It's nearly 10 o'clock, and 4 o'clock is coming.
Real
Or
quick.
2 a.m. is coming
Yeah.
very quickly, so
So
Who
you
wants
guys-
first watch?
You guys have.
I will
your
watch. You may all rest.
Camp set out, air tone shining brightly up in the sky, giving off a slight lavender hue. You guys start to.
Nikolai, if you don't mind keeping an eye on things with me for a few hours while the others rest,
Yes.
I'd appreciate the company.
Yes.
At first, Kragan, he stays awake with you guys. He's just kind of carving away on some piece of wood.
You're not an elf. Go to sleep.
I understand. Once a job's begun, hard to stop until it's finished.
I almost got it right.
May I take a look at it? I'm just kidding. What's he building?
He's chiseling away. It almost looks like a totem pole. You can see like the head of like an eagle at the bottom, and then above that is like the head of like a.
It's quite good carvings.
A squirrel.
Tell me, does this have any particular significance to you, or
Not necessarily, just like carving.
just a whittler?
Yeah, a whittle.
A whittle man,
Yeah,
if you
just a
would.
whittle man. But roll perceptions.
Not me. I'm asleep.
As you guys are honk shooing.
I got a
15.
4.
For you're lost in the stars.
Oh, that's right.
Staring up at Aratone.
Trying to count all of them.
Yeah, you are trying to count all of them. You're just getting
732.
You're getting hypnotized by, not actually, but you're kind of getting hypnotized by the way that Aratone and its sister moons all interweave inside of each other. Aratone, the main center moon, is this pale lavender moon that gets darker into the center, and has a complete hollow hole, and it has two sister moons, June and Leth, that represent the god of balance and the goddess of death, as they go inside of Eritone and like cycle out. The more you look at it, it's easy to get hypnotized by.
Just a quick lore question. How quickly do they orbit? I mean, is it moving not super fast, but like quick enough where you can like actually see it moving, or is it like the normal moon where you stare at it, it just kind of looks like it's staying there, but it's actually moving?
With you on watch, I'm gonna say over the next 4 hours, you see it move ever so slightly. Like
Okay.
you see them slowly moving. I would say
Gotcha.
over 10 minutes you can see a slight move. You know. But what'd you roll? I'm sorry.
I got 15.
15. It's a quiet night. You hear the crackling of the fire, distant owls hooing, and some wolves in the distance, but nothing to be too concerned
Thanks for
by.
the sound effects.
You do realize that when you hear the
Call for
howling
the
of
editor.
the wolves, you see Soul's ear peek up just a little bit. It's not enough that he like fully wakes up, but you can see that like just a bit of him.
I think I just reach over and just kind of like pet him.
Spray him
gently.
with a squirt bottle.
Bad dog.
And with that, your guys' watch goes
watch.
through. Did anyone else want to go watch?
I mean, I'll wake up after 4 hours and be like, all right, y'all take a sleep now, for sure.
So you guys go to bed. Johannes,
I'll wake up.
Cocked.
Liz,
I'll
any
wake up
RP?
and
I mean,
see.
we did a lot of RP, so I think.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
I'll see.
no more RP.
I'll see if
Only
anyone
combat
else
for
is
now.
gonna wake up.
Combat and exploration.
Is
Roll.
Mrs. LaFontaine up?
No.
Roll perceptions.
4.
4.
Oh no!
That sounds
Nat
good.
1 for a 5.
Good job, guys.
For both of you,
They
Wait,
fall
no,
asleep.
that was a 7.
Mine was cocked for a nat 20.
For
So.
an 11.
That makes it 11.
okay.
2
So-
ones.
Both of you
Two
guys,
ones.
both of you guys, I mean, you especially, you're thinking of your father. You're just kind of lost, and I mean, part of you is looking up at the stars and being like, I wonder if he's looking at the same sky that I'm looking at. You know, I know that I'm gonna find him. That type of, and then you're kind of lost in your own head as well. You're still aware of your surroundings, but you're definitely thinking of, you know, when they kind of mentioned like, what if she's dead? You know, it's such an easy thought, but that you haven't necessarily had. You've been so gung ho of just finding her, so that the reality of, no, she might be dead. You know, kind of creeps in and stays with you. And with that, morning approaches. The
69th.
66th.
But if we flip it.
But if you flip it, you guys, the sun slowly starts to rise. There's a slight drizzle in the air today. It's a little colder than usual. Walken wakes up early, like he always does. Kraken's fast asleep with Mel. And
All
you
of us
guys
are up.
all wake up.
Already doing my morning stretches and sparring by
Yep.
myself.
I'm just going to pack my stuff, get it up on the wagon, and get ready to go.
I was gonna say, so even like with us going to bed later or earlier, we're still gonna be up way before them. So I think we're always
Not necessarily. Well, yes. I was gonna say if we do take 2 shifts of 4 hours and they sleep for 8 the whole time and they just don't take a watch, then it lines up perfectly.
So if we did 4 and 4,
Yeah.
where we
That's what you've been doing. So
yeah.
Mel wakes
Oh,
up.
I've been thinking that we've been overlapping.
What do you mean?
So doing 4 hour, like I sleep for 1, then so like it's only every 5 hours because we can rotate through.
I mean, I guess you could do that.
How is that even possible?
So if I sleep or if I'm up for an hour and I wake you up and I go to bed, I'll get 4 hours. You're up for 1 hour. You've slept 1. You only need 3 more hours of sleep. That's how we do it in normal D&D with 8-hour rest. So I assume that we would do the same with 4-hour rest. Because otherwise your watches would be 16 hours in normal watch.
Well, if they've got to sleep for 8, I assume we would just do that. That's just a simple way.
We
For
could.
now.
Two group,
We-
one
we
group,
absolutely
one group
can.
sleep,
I'm
one
not-
group
I
watch,
think
one group
just
sleep, one
to
group watch.
keep things simple, it's like, obviously, if you guys are just kind of going mundane stuff. I think doing the full, like, you guys get full 4 hours, then you guys get full 4 hours.
It's
makes
totally
sense.
fine.
That makes
But
the most
during-
sense. That's what regular
during,
people
like-
would do. I've
Yeah.
never even thought of doing that.
I'm saying, like,
Because
just,
technically we don't sleep.
Yeah.
The thing,
I
yeah,
see,
that's
I see,
that's
I
my
see,
point.
I
Like
see.
for us, if we're up 20 hours
I
every
I
day,
think we get it. I'm just saying more or less. I think it's just fair to say, like, are we going to do tactical sleep, which would be kind of what you're saying, or just common sleep?
For now, common sleep because we're
We're-
with
we're with other
8
people,
hours.
common
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah, we're with
So
80.
I think
8
I think just as
Yeah.
the time the tides get closer and you guys might be preparing for a battle or trying to do something quickly,
Yeah.
you can just say like, hey, we're gonna do tactical.
If needed, we'll switch to tactical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole benefit of us all being elves is negated. Which is fine, 100%. And it makes sense. I'm just saying. Anyway,
Yeah. So you guys wake up. Mel gets up, starts getting the horses ready. Everybody starts getting ready, and you hit the road. Like I said, there's a little bit of rain coming down today. Not necessarily snow flurries just yet, but it is getting
Just
a little
like real life.
nippy.
Just like today.
Yeah, just like today. You guys continue heading down the road, and you do encounter. Well,
We
I'll
kill
just
'em.
say, roll a perception.
It's the Oxmen. They are here.
16.
18.
Oh, mine's cocked. 12.
12 also, but mine wasn't cocked.
Okay.
Wow.
Mrs.
4, 4,
LaFontaine,
12, 12.
You
Same.
are more just like
Pissed about the rain.
pissed about the rain. Your
I
hood's
don't
up. You're
wanna
looking
get
straight
wet.
down. You're
Your
trying
hair's
Mm.
frizzy.
Luckily,
You're
the
upset.
cloak that he gave you is actually kind of keeping the rain away. It's nice.
Nice.
But everybody else, you guys, it's pretty simple to see. You see two people. Everyone that you've seen so far has been on either horseback or in a wagon. These people are walking on foot.
Broke.
You can see a shorter figure from this distance. You can't see necessarily exactly what they are, if they're a child, if they're a gnome, halfling, whatever it may be. But you see a shorter figure and then a taller figure. Taller figure is wearing this nice burnt orange brown like sweater, and then the other person seems to be in pseudo leather armor. But as you keep approaching, I don't know if you guys are being cautious or just going to be.
We say, halt, who goes there?
I mean, I'm definitely looking for any like colors or
Yeah.
armors or
It's
anything for people of the Ox.
Nothing too crazy. They're just that's the only thing that would be, I guess, slightly for you guys weird is just that they're walking, not on horseback.
I mean, if they're just walking, we're just walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But they do when they see you guys on the horizon, they hey, and you see the shorter person start running towards you.
hello, friend.
Hey, what's going on? It's a goblin. Figured it out the closer they get. Hey, question. Sorry, I know you guys are wandering and all. It's raining. It's not the best out right now. Are any of you guys clerics?
Yes.
Why do you ask?
Do you need help?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on?
My town could use some help.
Your town.
Yep.
Where's your
You
town?
tell us what's going on.
The people are getting sick.
What? Are they getting
What kind of
stiff?
sick?
Stiff, yeah, a little bit.
Describe all the symptoms.
Itchy, scratchy, can't move no good.
Fits the symptoms of
yeah.
rust.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Wait, this is really bad. What town is it?
How big is your town, sir?
It's smaller. It's smaller.
How big is
It's
small?
we're like a traveling encampment.
10 people, 20 people.
Like 20, 25.
Did you guys recently go to Stone Throw?
No.
Stoneborough?
Insight.
Yeah, I want insight too.
They were
Yeah.
the looters.
I want to
18.
I want to roll insight because that definitely like do they I want to get the vibe like I'm trying to insight like do they
They're
seem
looters.
like they're looters?
I just want to see his no.
14.
You guys can all kind of see the goblin is being a little shifty. He's not. He's trying to bounce around answers because you're like asked, "What's the town name?" and he said, "It's a small encampment." So he's not necessarily answering the questions.
So you see something shifts in Johannes,
Uh-oh.
and he turns to everybody and he goes, "Everybody mask up." How many people are there?
There's and the human kind of goes over. Poker. Just stop. We're at Oak Glow Keep. and roll a history. You wouldn't know because you're
7.
7.
Because you're young.
You've heard of the name Oklo Keep. You
Haven't
know
been
there's-
there in forever.
You know there's a lot of keeps around this area,
Mhm.
but you're like, I thought that one was abandoned. I thought that one was kind of more collapsed.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a good place to make camp.
Yeah. My group and I, we're at Oklo Keep. People are sick.
How many are sick?
A lot. We have a cleric there. He's trying his best, but he can't keep up.
What brings you this way?
Well,
Oklo Keep is somewhat out of the way.
yeah. You know that Oklo Keep is still up north. There's not that many of us that aren't sick. Luckily, Father Tallow, he's a smart guy. He's not letting anybody leave if they have symptoms. So, we're clear. He healed us before we left. We're good. But
I can't heal that many. I've got maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 if I'm lucky
You also
in a
We
day.
could
You also-
heal them in a process and separate the healthy from the sick.
You also didn't answer my question. What are you doing over there? What brought you this way?
what brought us here? We're on.
No, not what brought you to us. What brought you in this area?
The goblin's like, well, and the human slaps him.
The human
Add
slaps
that to the bloopers. That fucking
slaps a
hurt.
table.
Um,
Boom.
You know, when
Goblin sharp.
we
Oh.
passed by Stoneborough,
yeah,
They're good.
I
And-
know. Listen.
you're
we're
asking
part-
for our aid. I think
I'm-
it's fair to be honest with us.
I'm being honest. Poker here can't help himself. My name is Corn. It's nice to meet you.
Corn.
We're part of the Oklo Keep. People call us bandits. They're not. I won't say bandits, and Poker's like, yeah, we're not bandits. We're just survive.
Opportunist.
Exactly. I think that's a good thing. We're scavengers. Hard times are rough. I don't like what we do, but we heard that the town fell, and we snuck in, and it was really bad. I wasn't there, but the whole group that sat there and came back with all the goods.
How recently? Did you guys not see all of our signs?
What
They
are you
were there
talking
before
about?
us.
They got there before us.
This was like
They're the ones who looted the town before us.
this was like 20 days ago, but it's getting bad.
20
because-
days ago.
I feel like that doesn't fit with our onset of symptoms, but
Yeah, that's what I was.
They
have a
he's
cleric.
been treating, and then they get sick again. He's been
You must have
treating.
a
Yeah,
very-
they're in the struggle.
You must have a very capable cleric.
Yeah, he's trying his best.
He knows
there's,
the
there's
same.
some that we just quarantine off, and they're a lost cause. But the problem is, okay, so our leader, his name's Malik. He's kind of an asshole. He got sick, and he was stubborn, and he didn't want to tell anybody. And now it's getting to the point where he's bad, and Father Tallow, he's a good healer. He can't heal him. It seems as if once you get past a certain point of the sickness, it can't be cured by, I guess, the means that he's trying to heal him with. So they wanted us to go and find a better healer because
I don't know if I'm that better healer. I know that I healed one person in the very early stages. I have no way of knowing if I have the ability to save somebody from that kind of.
well, listen here, come here.
I don't want to get any closer to you.
Okay, then I'll say it loudly, but I don't want to.
Oops.
We're kind of getting to the point where we kind of just want him dead.
Let him die then. If he's a bad man.
He's a stubborn bastard. He's had this a lot longer than a lot of people have had it.
I turn to Johannes. You're the only one among us who's at all capable of doing anything about this.
takes her cloak.
Yeah,
She just kind of.
Dundarian fully
Yeah.
masks up in front of him abashedly.
I don't
and
blame you. I don't.
Johannes, this is 100% up to you.
I mean,
There's nothing that any of the rest of us could do.
If there are people who need to be saved, I'm more than happy to help, but I'm not going to save somebody who's a bad man who you want gone. I mean, that just doesn't make sense for you, does it?
We need help with our people.
You could help help
problem,
the cleric heal and
You can
separate
be a
the
hero,
healthy.
Johannes.
I'm willing to do that.
like I said though, the problem is Malik, he's getting crazy. He's gonna start sending people out that are sick, and Talos trying his best to keep it under wraps. He really is, but he's only one man.
If those people are so sick, how are they able to move?
I'm saying the people in the beginning stages. We're getting to the point where we're getting desperate, so he's about to send out everybody.
Well, tell your people if you want.
Lead the way.
Well, they could meet us here. Your friend could wait if he's ill.
We don't want them traveling. We have to head north anyway.
You
I'll
guys
trust
head-
your judgment then.
We're going to Necrota. It's only, a day off path?
Give or take, you just keep heading north.
I go to whisper to you because I don't want to like say it to the whole group.
Mhm.
Should we hide the supplies? Because I feel like aren't they running low on supplies?
That's
They
what-
might try to take it.
I agree. That's why
bandits, yeah.
That's why I wanted to meet here. But
I can go. If you guys want to stay, I can
I
go
want you to
do
go.
what I can do.
Johannes,
Who did you say you whisper to?
Dundarian.
I'm just seeing if one of them here.
Oh, okay.
He rolled
Oh.
pretty good.
Do you want me to try to stealth it?
You can.
Let's see if she's
How stealth? Oh no.
I just turned to Johannes. I think before I even get the first whisper,
Okay.
I think I say, "Look, we don't know these people. We have no idea what their
13.
intentions are or anything."
If I can save innocent women or children,
Then-
I would like to.
But they could meet us here just as easily.
It
We
would-
don't have to
it would
necessarily
take
go
it
there.
would take the sick so long to travel. That makes no
The
sense at all.
Same amount of time.
No,
Well, they
they
would have
are
to go
sick.
back.
They are sick, and we are not.
Again, if you want to go, I will follow.
Well, listen, we're here. They're here. We're going here.
I think we should
We
do
just
what we
don't
did
know
with
what's
Stone
waiting for us there. We
and
don't
leave
know.
some guarding the cart. And
Like I said, I can just go. If you guys want to stay back, when I go off
If
to the
you're
town.
worried about food, we have plenty of food. We
Johannes.
ransacked all of Stoneborough. We don't
We-
need your fish. We just need people that is healthy.
You don't want to be eating the food from Stonesboro if we're trying to heal you.
You'll have to throw it all out.
To be completely honest,
a
friend,
good point.
we don't know you.
That's fair, and I'm not asking for your trust. I'm asking
You're asking for
help.
us to come to a place that
What's
we
in it for
don't
us?
know.
We ransacked an entire fucking town. If you can help us out, I can maybe give you a couple of the gold that we had stolen from there.
Couple
I
of
not
gold?
stolen, taken from there.
I turn to Johannes. We don't know these people. If you want to try and help them, it's fine. But I'm just saying, take a breath. Think.
Dundarian,
People are not always as honest as they appear.
the light won't come back to this land by itself.
Yeah.
Show me the way.
Thank you.
I say under my breath, and it won't last if it's extinguished before it can grow.
Oh, he's doing it. Oh, he's going.
Poker turns around and he starts heading his way.
Which is help us paint the picture too,
Yeah.
so we understand. Like we're just going down the main road with
So
them.
you
I assume.
guys have been following the main road.
Yes.
As you guys have been leaving Halferin and getting a little bit closer, the road has actually gotten a lot more smooth. Right now, you've gone from the coastal shores more to this like plain-esque area. You've been traveling in the plain area for the last couple of days. So right now, it is very much just an open road with not too much going on
Right.
around the sides. You might see a couple campfires here and there. With where he's leading you, you don't necessarily know the land, but looking at the map that they had shown you in the beginning of where like Fallengad was, Fallengad it's actually a farming community on the main road, unlike Stoneborough. Where he's talking about is slightly off the beaten path in one of those old keeps, but it is on the way to.
Cool. Okay. Cool. That's what I wanted to make sure it wasn't like way too far out of the way.
No, it's one of those things where a lot of these keeps line the main road.
That's-
and there's
yeah.
old beaten roads that used to like connect, but as people were either moving away from the keeps or whatnot, some of the roads kind of got taken over by life. So you guys travel for a good half a day or so. It honestly wasn't that far of a travel. It seems as if they had been heading out every single day and just heading back to try to find somebody. After about 6 hours or so, Poker's been keeping a good pace, and you notice that Corin kind of just is standing next to you, or walking, or just whoever, and it's just kind of like, so trying to make super small talk. So what are you guys up to? What do you guys do?
I think I'd be trying to talk to Poker, being just like, kind of like, say something in Thieves' Cant along the lines of like, so, just like trying to get like the lay of the land, but like.
Yeah. So in Thief Cant, he's talking to you.
Just
he's
like learning the ins and outs of like Negrota while we're.
Yeah, he's like, I haven't been in Necrota for a while. They kicked me out when I was trying to steal some stuff. Fell on hard times. Found this group here, but like, they're good people. The bottom feeders, the parasites. They're good people. Good people. I like
One
them.
of the good ones.
What are they talking about? They sound like they're just
To
talking
them, you're just
gibberish.
hearing like, to hear them, they're like, so I ate a noodle. So what? It was hot. It was good. It was hot.
Like, what
Yeah,
are they,
just
what are
random.
they talking about today?
I think I'm just watching, not Miss LaFontaine, but both of these two individuals very skeptically, and just like, I don't know these strangers, and I'm gonna keep an eye on if they do anything. I want to be ready.
Johannes, you can tell he's like walking very like he's got a very serious look about him. Like, this is finally my test to be a hero, and I don't fucking care what's about to happen. Like, I'm gonna be a hero one way or another.
Johannes, is this the illness?
Is what the illness? I'm sorry. Oh no, they seem to have taken a liking to each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm talking like, I'm asking about like, like shopkeepers that may sell other things.
Yeah, he's like Negrota. Oh, Negrota. You can find
just
so many cool. There's like an inventor in Negrota, and he had so many crazy little doohickeys and whatnot. But people, they like ransack this shop. There's so many cool stuff.
Lampro's got robbed.
Parts. Oh no! I'm telling you, there's so
I wonder what happened.
How do I get there?
to Negrota or to the shop.
North.
To the underparts.
Oh, to Underparts. What is- A lot of them go towards the sewer.
Okay.
I get it. It's easy to kind of go where the filth goes.
Yeah, if I was a guard, I'd probably be like, let's me check the sewer.
Yeah, I know. But there's also a couple apartment buildings that were foreclosed. I don't know. There was some like fire or whatever. They never fixed them up. But up in the attic, there's a couple people that sell some good stuff too.
Got it.
Also, if you ever find your ways to Ratsgate, that's where I want to
Ratsgate?
go. Oh, it's where my people go. It's all where the ringworms and parasites are. Oh.
Oh yeah, I'll be avoiding that.
That's nice people. They're nice people, but
With the ringworms?
you know
No,
what I mean.
parasite.
The parasites?
Like us. Well, you're not.
You're not.
Oh, you're one of them.
You're not gang.
He like
She
like
not
at first
gang.
you're like talking to
You
him like
ain't
that,
fam.
and
You
he
ain't
like
fam
he
in
like
this
gives you an
club.
up and down because he like hasn't fully connected. He's like, you're one of them. Good for you. Good for you.
He's one of the guys who gets pulled by the strings. She's one of the person pulling the strings. That's how I see it.
They've been talking about sandwiches
Yeah,
for like 4 hours.
Pay that kid no mind. He points back towards Corin. He's like,
Extra
honestly,
mayo.
good kid. I don't know why they sent me out with him. He's a goody two shoes. He doesn't want the life, and they sent
Want
me
the
out
life.
here with me. And every time that I try to tell somebody, oh, I have people, whoa, he goes, oh, it's the bandit camp, and then no one wants to help us. He's just so honest.
I got one of those too. Stick up the ass.
Yeah, I can see him.
I can see him now.
Look at how polished his boots are.
I think they just said something about a tree being planted.
She said, "Pocket of slime tells time." What the fuck are you saying?
What the hell did you just say to me? Feral foot fungus
Feet finder?
fancy?
Welcome to Feral Foot Fungus Friday, freaks.
So you guys continue down the
Those are
road.
my freaks at Ratsgate.
It's starting to get a little darker. It's about 6 o'clock, so the sun's just about to set. But you come across, he leads you off the beaten path ever so slightly. You can still see it from the main road, luckily. There's this more tattered looking keep that definitely does not look as well upkept as Stoneborough did from the outside. This one you do see two people with bows and arrows from the outside, like looking down. They're like, "State your business!"
I turn to the two people
Yeah.
I
who
look
led
at
us
Poker. I
here.
say, "You're friends."
Oh, hey, it's us. We got a cleric.
Hey,
They're here.
hello. I'm here to try my best.
Yeah, thanks. Mask up or something, cause yeah,
We're all ready.
We should leave the provisions on the outside.
we can watch it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I feel like we would have left it like a ways back.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Probably the same distance we had
Yeah.
originally when we.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
couple hundred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Pull a
of,
perimeter.
Like, the dust.
I would leave Soul there.
Yeah.
He would.
Walking
he-
gladly will watch over.
Well, Soul would also alarm us if something was happening. We would hear his barks.
I think it's safe to say that the five of us go
Yeah.
with, and everybody else stays
Yes.
with the wagon.
Yes, that's just more convenient, you know.
Kragan carving away on his.
Kragan on the wagon.
Walking.
Kragan on
is
the wagon.
Watching Soul, and Mel is keeping everything calm.
I
Kragan on
think
the
we
wagon.
learned from our
Walking is
experience
talking.
that like maybe we just stay together because who knows?
I'm gonna go off by myself.
You guys enter the they open up the doors here.
The bandit
This-
camp.
This wall, these gates don't seem as well put together as the one in Stoneborough. These ones are more of just like ironclad wooden ones that slowly drag open. You met there by just two guards, quote unquote, just men with these bows and arrows, short swords, and you see a man with a more
tan.
what? Oh, you see a guy. You see a guy with a chainmail,
Namesake.
like a light chainmail, and he has these. He's like a nice ice white cloth, like over his shoulders that
wow.
lead down. Hello, welcome, and you notice that he's masked up.
You must be a cleric,
Father Tallow. It's nice to meet you.
a man of the light.
I mean, yes and no. I praise to Mintier.
Well,
The mid team.
Illumia guides us all in different ways. Anyway,
You know, religious. You know that Mintier is the god of the frost and perseverance.
cool. Yeah, I like Mateer. Mateer's cool.
Yeah.
He's okay.
No, I mean Perseverance is great and Frost is cold.
When we're walking in, can I roll perception? I just want to try and clock like women and kids. Like, is this just young, able-bodied men who look rough, or is it like, oh, this is like a camp of people?
Can I look for potential ambushes?
Ambush.
15.
15. I'll let her roll too.
Can I look for anything that piques my
17.
interest?
7. Sure.
They've got full force mechs. Just
So as you
Ballistas.
enter, this keep is a little bit different. This one has its stone towers and the stone wall. It's a lot smaller. There was once this. I don't want to say castle because it's not as big, but this larger stone building in the centerfold of it. You look around and you see a couple of people, mostly men. You do see a couple of women, couple people that look a little younger, but like no younger than like 15, 14.
okay.
Most of them are kind of like head off on the side. There's side little buildings that they're like peeking out of and closing and kept up. Yeah, Father Tallow, and you don't see any like ambush. It honestly, like, even with a 7, you look and go
17.
17. Well, even better. I was gonna say with 17, you're like, if
There's-
there was an ambush, they're up in the towers, and you can already see one guy on patrol. So you're like, probably not.
This looks like a bandit camp, though.
It does.
It doesn't look necessary.
With what I've
Yes,
seen,
it is.
all of the able-bodied people, a few women,
It's
mainly
a lot
men.
more bandit-y.
Yeah.
It's a very nomadic camp.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I do think I mentioned to all of you guys before I think you're like already heading off, so I don't get the chance to say
Yeah.
it to you, but I think I say to you guys, just keep your wits about you. We don't know these people.
My name is
Go
Go ahead.
Sorry, he lowers his mask for just a second, just to show his face. You see a half elf. He's got a graying beard, dark black and white freckled hair. He just lowers his mask for just a second. Just my name's Father Tallow. Thank you guys for coming, and he puts his mask back up. We've got a lot of our younger, less able, off quarantined there. Most of them are fine, and then our main quarantine site's deeper in the keep.
What have you been doing to cure their ailments? Obviously, you've been keeping them alive.
Some. Been trying my best. I've been curing wounds, cure disease.
He's gonna describe. He's not gonna say lay on hands, but he's gonna describe how he did it to like get rid of Melsk.
Yeah.
Have you done that at all? Can you?
Don't know if I have the ability to do that. I've used more of my divine powers to cure disease. I mean, like I've done before. Most of it works pretty well. Unfortunately, I can only do so much, and some people, they're ragtag men. They don't want to show that they're sick.
Show me to your most ill.
Okay. He, if you want to come, follow.
He will.
Yeah.
Johannes will. He'll look back at you guys and like,
Crew's coming with.
if you want to, yeah.
I think I will purposely stay at the back of the group. Keep an eye on.
You notice once the gates close, the guards climb back up to their post and they just sit back up there. None of them really seem to be eyeballing you. Corin steps off to the side and just like, yeah, good luck, guys. And Poker's like, I'll come with you. So he comes down. You enter this main, more like barracks style building. In there you see a slight mess hall where there's only 2 to 3 people sitting there, like drinking, eating. He brings you down further to this cellar style area where there's 4 separate rooms off to the side that he has kind of marked. There's sick, lost, and dead. And then there's one more door that is just kind of left
Very
open.
dead.
He's like, yeah, my common sick are in there. When I get to a point where I can't help anybody else in the day, I leave them in there for the day. And the very sick are in there. They're the ones I'm afraid I can't help.
Can I ask you? Do you have a head count for your whole group?
We had about 30 of us. Now there's only about 9 able people.
I'm going to do my best to heal as many people as I can. You need to get all of your best hunters together. Go on a hunting expedition. Throw out all of your provisions. Make new water collectors. Pray for a rain. You cannot eat or drink anything that's in this keep. I will... for experimental reasons, I want to try to heal somebody who's very sick. I don't know if I'll be able to, though.
Only healthy individuals should go hunting.
Yeah.
Oh,
To
well,
get
yes,
provisions.
needless, that's able people.
Yes.
Trust me, that's been my. I feel like I'm the only one with any goddamn sense around here. If Malik had it his way, everyone would just be spread out doing all of what they're wanting to do. Honestly, if you want to heal somebody that's really sick, I would say go for Malik.
No.
Malik's such a bad guy. Why you listen to him?
He rules with an iron fist, but he's really helped us out. He's really the only reason that we're alive.
I don't want him to be my experiment. Because
Gonna make the
this
bandits
first
great
one may
again.
not work, and I may be of no use to you. So we need to figure out if this is going to work.
Maybe start with
Just
someone
need a
who
little
isn't
bit
as
more money,
progressed.
Arthur.
Well, that's from my studies of the calculations of how this disease works. It starts off as a rash and slight stiffness. That's most of the people in there. I can heal that. It gets to a point where I can't heal it throughout the day, But if it progresses to the next stage, that's where whole arms, basically the body starts to radiate orange. I can see it in the veins.
We need somebody with that.
Well, that'd be Malik. I mean, you can. I can lead you to. If you don't want to do him, that's fine. But if I'm being honest, I kind of want him either healed or
Not healed.
How many infected do you have total?
If we've got 20 and there's 9 able, then what? That would make about 10.
21. He meant by
About
the
10,
healed or
but-
not healed
And
part.
how many are very ill, and how many are in a curable state?
But they're on the fence about
I've
this
only got
Malik
about
guy.
5 that are curable at this point, and not curable. I've got like 3, and then the rest are dead.
Perhaps it might be more prudent to heal the ones that you can today, separate them from those who are truly sick, and then address it then.
I think it's wise.
Also, it makes sense that if our food is contaminated. God, why didn't I think of that? Okay, yeah.
Don't let Malik
Heal the
know
people
we're
you
here
know
either.
you can save, and then see if you and then see if you can heal the people that it's very progressed.
Show me to the 5. And then we'll work on getting a hunting party together of your healthiest individuals.
Sounds good.
Gosh, I wish I had magic hands.
Yeah, he leads
It's
you
a
over
curse.
to the quarantine room. He opens
Do
it
you
up.
have healing capabilities?
Yes.
How's everybody doing in here? And you
Oh, I
hear
make people
most-
feel good with my.
You hear some people just like some moans and groans and whatnot. You open up the door, and like I said, you see 5 individuals there. Most of them are just kind of like sitting. One person is like trying his best to like keep his arm moving, and it's just like
We can just hear it, just
yeah, you do hear like a. It almost sounds like a rusty.
like a hinge, yeah.
I grabbed some WD-40.
They're in there.
And he'll one by one he'll like go up and he'll like say a prayer and he'll touch the first one. The white will glow.
Let's do a
The white will glow.
roll me a flat d20. You're looking for above 5.
Don't let Malik find
get the
out.
big
'cause
one
he's
for
gonna
this?
Be pissed that you're healing people and not him.
10.
10.
So that one
Nice.
you heal and you, like as this one he's just kind of like sitting there like rubbing his head, and as you like heal him he was like, "Oh my god." Ugh.
I can do it 5 times.
I was gonna say, can you not do the lay on hand things, or this?
That's
is-
what I'm doing.
No, that's why I'm asking, because before with Mel it just worked, so
Yeah.
that's why.
He's
Is that-
changed the
is
he's
that
ch-
how
he's
much your
changed
pool
he's
is?
changed the rule on it. It's
No,
it just
no,
there's just
no,
there's
no,
just
no,
5
no.
little slots.
But I'm saying that's important information to know that the disease progresses and makes so you can't just heal it. You know what I mean?
So that one he stands up and Father Talos like, "Thank you."
You need to go.
Yeah, he's like
Fuck out.
shoo,
As fast
shoo,
as you
shoo,
can.
and that guy seeds out. Next one.
19.
Same
19.
thing. You heal him. He's feeling good.
Go, go,
Just
go.
Do it. You can do a speed rolls. It's okay.
17.
Good.
11.
Good.
Nice.
12.
Cool. So yeah, every single one of them, you're just like heal, heal, heal. They're slowly feeling better, and
Greatest
they're like,
cleric.
"Oh, thank you." And they all like kind of head out.
He's more
And
than
he's-
hero
and
than
then-
his father.
Father Talos like, "Do
Who's
not
his
eat
father?
any of the food.
Alright,
You
go
need to
be
get
anybody."
different food." And they're like, "Right."
Right. We could sell them some of ours if
We'd have to talk to Mel.
I
I
think
gave
his is
my
spoken
rations
for.
away.
no some of that we've caught in the last few days on the road.
Again, that's with Mel and everything.
Well, I mean,
I'm happy to
I
spare.
caught much of it, but
Before,
That's fine.
Before we spare our food, tell me, Father Tallow,
Yeah.
well, how long have you been traveling with this group?
I've been with them for a long time. Back when it was just 4 of us, 4 or 5.
What is it that you all do? And I just want to roll an insight just to see, like how forthcoming is, as well
We're
as like.
banditos, okay?
But you know what I mean? There's a difference between like, oh, we make a living versus, we do what we can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know,
Does there seem like there's going to be blood in this
13.
explanation, basically?
13.
13. I mean, he's kind of an open book. He with a sigh, I'm not gonna say that we're saints. We're clearly not, and I pray to Mentir every day that he forgives for some of the stuff that we have done. But at the end of the day, we have given a lot of life to those that probably wouldn't have had it. We don't take much life unless they are against
Put up a
us.
fight.
Who do you take from? Whose lives are cost?
If I'm being honest, like I said, I mean, we're scavengers. We go to where past battles have been or places been ransacked. I'm not going to say that we haven't stolen a merchant's cart or two, but most of the time we go to where
People are weakest.
people either weakest or have already fallen.
Yeah, I think I kind of like. I trust your judgment. I kind of like walk away.
Just do me a favor and
Your friend doesn't like us, and
Well-
I don't blame him.
we're all people, and we all have to survive in these trying times. But please, promise me one thing, that if you lot make it out of this sickness, which it's hopeful that you will, steal from those who deserve to be stolen from.
If I'm being honest, if we can make it out of this, and
Just know that
I get to do what I want to do, we'll be fine.
Turn-
I promise.
turn to the light and help shine the light on Illumia. Become the light.
You should make brochures.
Little
Right.
booklets.
For Johannes Lysander has come to shown you the light, and you shall pass it on.
You say your name. I just kind of like. I don't come back. I just kind of like.
I think
Walk
I just
off by
kinda,
the door.
Like, you say your name, and I just kind of like head up. I'm just like looking at this guy, like, oh my god.
He wants to make sure everybody knows his name.
Listen,
Yes, he does.
I'm
I
surprised he hasn't mentioned his daddy yet.
I really appreciate your help, and we're not all good men.
Speaking of the light, can we turn the lights on?
Oh yeah, it is daytime.
It also looks bad on camera. Anyway.
I forgot that at nighttime I'm turning it off. Forgot to turn it back on.
It was never daytime.
It was never daytime. You guys were in a dim building.
Good deal.
Listen, I've got a lot of men around me that are hardcore Malik supporters.
Is Malik a bad man?
It's becoming that way. I promise you when I say that we weren't always this way. I genuinely promise you.
I think you should take the men that we've saved today and take the able-bodied ones. And I think you should go.
I don't think that they will leave him. That's why a lot of people keep getting sick again. They just keep going back to him. He won't quarantine himself. And the craziest part is he's been sicker than a lot of people for a long time, and he hasn't succumbed to death. He's a persistent son of a bitch.
I'm gonna walk off and find Dendarian.
I'm just like, I assume that we're in the building a little bit, and there's two rooms with the really sick and the kind of sick. I'm like at the gate where we walked off, just like still keeping my eye on everybody.
I'm gonna walk to you, and it's like, I think he's trying to tell us that they want us to kill the guy.
You want me to kill that guy for you?
He's really dropping some hints.
Yes, I got the impression. Can't say I'm surprised by an opportunist, but
And these guys don't sound like good guys, so
I think Johannes is
very young and naive.
in need of life experience, and I think it is not. I think the best teacher is life experience.
So I don't think Johannes is gonna want to kill this guy. So you want to go kill this guy?
No, I don't think any of us should. That being
He's
said,
just getting people sick, and all the good that Johannes is gonna do is just gonna be for naught.
well, that being said, I think we find out how many supporters this guy has. I
The way
mean,
the guy just said that there's some that do and some that don't, and if he's not there, the ones that do just won't.
I'm just saying maybe we find out who does. If they want this person gone, who would stand against us, and
'Cause I think the
how would
people we
that go?
came with also wanted him dead too.
yes, but you
We'll
see,
walk around and take an ear.
Take a poll.
I-
How well do you like your boss?
I think we just ask.
Very nice.
We can ask the father. He seems forthcoming. Just ask him who supports and how many, and go
So
from
I'll
there.
wait for Johannes and the kind doctor.
Johannes is just sitting there like deliberating, like, but if he's a bad man, but the good men want the bad men. You can tell he has no fucking clue what to do, and he's like, but I can't even heal
The
today
binary
anyway,
in his mind.
so I'd have to stay here for another day, and I don't want to do that. And you can tell he's just sitting there, just deliberating.
Do you bring me back to the group?
If you follow back, yeah.
Father, you said that Malachi is amongst your illest. Who else is?
Yes.
Who else is there?
Among the sickest? Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. He's not quarantining himself. But
He's not in that group with the sick. Where's he then? I thought he was in that room with them.
no,
Then where is he?
he's in his room.
Yeah,
He's
he's
in his
just
office.
walking around
Then
like
who
he's
is in
not
there?
sick.
Our sickest men. He
Are they followers, supporters?
yeah. But if I'm being honest, just about everybody here is one.
Everybody is a follower of Malachi.
Malik. But
Even you.
I'm
not-
just saying it seems like there's a dichotomy of what you're telling us. You're alluding to a more permanent solution for him, but it sounds like if we make a move, half of this camp will attack us.
Is Poker here with us?
yeah, he's just been bebopping around.
Maybe if you don't agree with
And I thought
Malik's
you just-
standpoints, maybe you just leave him.
It's hard because I mean, this is my livelihood. These are my people. I've grown up. I've raised. I've mentored a lot of these people. I'm trying to break them away from him. I'm not saying that. A lot of them know that he is lost. But it's like. I think of this like my father. My father was an asshole, but when he got sick and old and he was dying, I couldn't help but want to be around him and be there to support him. And I feel like that's a lot how everybody's feeling now with Malik is he's helped a lot of them out of poverty, out of being orphans.
He can't truly care for them if he is getting them sick again.
Father, have you
He's
ever
stubborn.
experienced plague before in your life?
Nothing like this.
In general. Have you ever experienced plague before?
I think yes. Like I said, nothing like this though.
But it comes a time where plague doctors will bar people in their homes because it's for the greater good of the community. This Malachi individual, whom everybody seems to have nostalgia for, but not current support for. Is there any way that he could just be locked in his room and left? Are there other ways out of that room? If he was locked in, who would come to unlock the door? How many would be there? You're asking us a great deal, and we don't know you. Nor, if I'm being honest, can I say I support those who take from the weakest. There are many ways to earn a living.
I agree. I'm not saying by any means. I'm not saying that you should trust us, trust our cause, feel for our cause. I'm not asking for sympathy, and I think that you're understanding of that. What I'm saying is I could at least cause a distraction if you guys are willing.
Is there any other way out of that room that he's in?
I mean, it's a center room. It's got 4 or 5 exits, and I mean, if we start banging down on one door, he's just gonna leave another door.
You're not suggesting that we...
I'm not just worried for my people.
He
I'm
wants
worried
us
for.
to kill him.
I'm worried for this entire damn nation.
Yes, I understand. But how many people will rush to his aid?
Well, we would just have to make sure it doesn't... We don't have to solve it like that, right? There's got to be another way to do it. I mean...
No,
We-
doesn't sound like.
Look,
Unless
can heal him
bear
and
him.
talk to him.
Johannes, you have not dealt with plague before in your short life. At a certain point,
Or men like this.
well, men like this, it seems. At a certain point, there is no saving somebody who is intent on spreading a disease like this individual is.
You can only save people if they want to be saved.
I'm familiar with plague protocols, and unfortunately, if there is not a cure and someone has progressed this far, if you're able to quarantine and keep it contained to save the rest of the community, it's what is needed.
Right, but who's to say that I couldn't heal him tomorrow when I have recovered my powers? I mean, we could heal him and convince him that the light saved him, and
You can certainly try. And then
I'm
We
just
will
saying.
go with that with option A, and then our plan will be option B.
Well, I'm just saying. It seems like those nearest to him don't want him alive.
it only sounds like that's you. That
We've
wants
gotten
that.
we've gotten the impression from multiple people from the
Mhm.
group
That
that
they're
they're like
waiting for
they
him to
they're
die.
like, we want this guy dead.
Well,
We just don't want to kill
Poker
him.
said that, and then Dude said this, but then he said everyone else.
And that's what I keep asking him. Like, how many people are in support of this guy, and how many people want him dead?
I'm gonna ask Poker. I'm gonna be like, hey,
How many people want big guy dead?
like lower your voice, yeah.
He's
Well, just
speaking
speaking
in-
in Thieves can't yet.
Well, we don't.
So, yeah.
Everybody else in
Assuming
Thieves
they
can't.
all speak
Yeah.
thieves' can't.
Do you speak Goblin?
No.
He says in Goblin. Bungo bungo. Okay.
I say, oh hey, I know that one.
Shoot. All right. Well, see, that's where it gets a little complicated. Is like he said, people look up to him. You know, he's a fatherly figure. But what I will say,
I don't
If she
understand
hits
any
the
of that.
fan, who's running in there?
if I'm being honest, I don't think many.
Something about
Not many.
airflow?
Get me a number.
Yeah, he was speaking goblin earlier.
I
I
might have
caught
some gold
that.
in it for you.
I like gold. Well, okay. What I will say is that room that's got the really sick people in it. Those are like his bestest friends. But they're succumbing to the disease and they can be healed.
So
that's-
wait it out a couple days.
That one, they're probably gonna kick the bucket. Other than that, I mean, like I said, he's got a couple of people, but like, we could probably just hold them off out here. I'm not saying kill them. I'm just saying like cause a distraction. Like, hey, what's going on? I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't think Father Talos checked in on Malik in a couple of days. But I know he's alive because I hear him talking and moving around in there. We're just kind of afraid that he's going to
Come out.
come out. And look, I mean, that's what happened a couple days ago. Like, before he has been in there, he came out here just talking to everybody. We tried to quarantine him, he wouldn't. A bunch of people got sick, and that's why we had like 10 people in that cell before. Luckily, your buddy came around and was able to heal the rest of them, but you know, that's the thing, that we can't contain him.
I gotta go buy toilet paper.
What if I walk back over? What if a lot of the able-bodied ones that are still able go off to hunt because they need food?
Yeah, that's
That's the distraction.
They should, but I don't.
We wait until the morning. Try the nice way. If the nice way doesn't work, take care of it.
What have you done with the dead bodies?
He points over to the third room that is like completely barred off. Just throw them in there.
curiosity might kill the cat. But I want to go in. I want to open the door and look in.
Okay.
What do I see?
You see a pile of about 4 dead bodies.
So I actually. Oh, okay, because I know they're dead. Okay. I was just
Yeah.
testing something. Yeah.
Are they? Can you see their veins and stuff?
if it's-
Like the. Gotcha.
Yes, I could
See,
see
and
moving
if
people
they
in
look
there, but
like
then I know
people-
they're dead. Yeah.
You-
So
You
yeah.
see those 4, and they're stacked on top of each other, and like they're almost like congealing together a little bit.
I'm gonna
It's all-
suggest that they burn the bodies because this is just gonna waft into the air.
Father
Yeah.
Tal is like, well, we did burn a
Wafty.
body, and it just got a lot of people sick because of the smoke.
Well, you don't burn them inside.
We burned it in the courtyard. Listen, I'm not used to plagues. I'm not used to all
Common
this
sense?
shit. I didn't know what this thing was. Has anyone ever seen a disease like this?
Yes, and
So
stone.
In
burn.
plagues in general, you quarantine a body and you burn it in a closed room.
All right, fine. We'll burn those bodies in there.
Which is
we'll
fine.
figure it out.
Yes.
Dundarian, sir, can I have a word with you, in private?
Sure.
Okay. And he'll like step over to the corner. I just want to ask you a question. Do you think that Malik is a bad man?
I don't know. But
Do you think if he is a bad man, that him not being here anymore would be better for the world?
I don't think that all people are deserving of redemption, if that's what you're asking.
Well, if Illumia is a better place without him there, I think I could accept that our actions would lead to a better world. But I
Johannes, let me ask you, how do you judge a man or person? How
well,
do you decide one is good and one
actions
is not good?
and beliefs.
Beliefs?
Yeah.
So those who believe in a righteous God should prosper, and the
Well-
others should perish?
Not necessarily, but
And actions,
If-
at what point is a man's actions irredeemable?
well, it's up for judges and gods to decide, not men.
Exactly. It is not a simple matter. It's not black and white.
Well, that's why what I'm saying is I think I'm okay with you all enacting this plan if we all think it makes the world a better place, but I have one condition, and I think that she should do it.
Why?
If I'm being honest, she's not a good person, I don't think, and she's got blood on her hands. And
I have blood on my hands. I've killed thousands more than her.
but it's not the same.
Why?
I just sense it from her. It's not
It's 'cause she wears
the
goggles,
way
right?
that she. Do you remember that child,
She's a
that
woman.
the slaver? The
Yes.
way that she just suppressed him in an instant without thinking about it. I don't think that you're capable of that, even as a seasoned warrior.
Let me ask you this. If the current king were here, bound, would you hesitate? Would you try to redeem him? Miss LaFontaine, we don't know her very well. We don't know what experience or what life she's led. But what we do know is that person was a slaver. New or not, they were complicit in the owning of individuals, robbing people of a sense of self. That's not something I can abide. I don't think that Miss LaFontaine was out of place in dealing with somebody like that. You notice that I had to walk away when I asked the father if he took from the weak. Who do you think are the weakest here?
Right, but he would turn to the light. He would change.
But she
We don't
smiled and
know
licked
that.
her lips as she
You've-
did it.
You are young. I envy
she's really
your faith in people. But truth is that most people are not deserving of such trust. Most people will let you down, unfortunately. The number of times I walked into traps after the fall of Jarwick, the number of times I was like you, wanting to believe that people would do right, wanted good for this land. I was betrayed. It cost the lives of people I held very dear. We need to be cautious in these times. Now, this Malik person, I think we need to find out what exactly it is that they've done. They've been very vague. We've taken from the weak. Some people have died. Have they raided a town? Have they killed merchants on the road? People just trying to live an honest life.
I don't think that even if we did know everything, that even our decisions would be just at that point. I don't think that any man has the ability to just say this is worthy of death. But I will say that once again, if this change, Malik not being around anymore, makes the world a better place, then I'm willing to let you all do what you will.
I think that Malik needs to be dealt with solely for the fact that he cares not about the people that he makes sick with a very deadly plague.
I think it boils
Exactly.
down to
They walk
protecting
away.
your. Oh.
What's that? I can't hear you.
Quit
Look.
eavesdropping.
Let's
They walk away
join.
to shit talk me.
Let's
I
join
did.
the others. I appreciate,
I can't say it.
Johannes. I genuinely appreciate your sense of the world and your hope of the way that it should be.
The way that it will be.
I just want to prepare you for a world that might not be as receptive to the light returning.
So I've got armor.
Yes.
That's why I have a phone.
Let's join the others.
Oh, hey guys, you're back.
Yes. Father, let me ask you plainly. What is it that your group has done? Have you raided towns? Have you
Raided towns, no.
have you killed merchants on the road? You said that you have.
We have
Killed farmers?
no farmers.
Just merchants, just passers-by. Was these actions taken by your group as a whole, or by Malik and his followers?
Malik and his operation.
And who are among those people? The 5 in the room that are sick? Him?
Him.
Anyone else?
There's no one
Complicit maybe, but not actively helping.
complicit. Yes. Actively helping.
If these 6 were gone, do you think that the rest of you would maybe not go to change a life of scavenging, which I understand in these times, but perhaps avoid outright murder?
I have a completely different outlook on how I want this group to be. I'm the voice of reason in a very chaotic group. Now, once again, my hands are not clean, but I promise this plague might have been the best thing that could have happened to us.
The room that these 5 are in, was there any exit for them? Anywhere else?
I locked those ones away. That is a complete quarantine. I believe it used to be some armory or something.
I think it'd be prudent for all of us to gather the able-bodied men, have them go out for a hunt, to collect food for everybody in need. While they are away, we can deal with the...
Let me rally them and lead the hunt.
I think that might be for the best, but I would suggest that you bring at least Walken or Craig with you so you're not alone in a
course.
group of unfamiliar people.
Will do. I'll put... I'll bring Walken with. And Craig and Mel can stay at the...
Kraken can stay with the wagon.
Craig and
were-
Wagon.
We
Dragging
aren't.
on the line.
We aren't staying for the morning.
No.
I feel like Lysandra is
I don't think we are.
kind of emphasizing because the last time they spoke, they were like, he was like, I don't have any more healing. I'm going to wait till tomorrow so I can heal Malik.
I don't know if we're going to do that.
Okay.
Shall I gather the men?
Okay.
I'm waiting on your orders, sir.
Yes.
And he'll march up the
Belay that.
he'll march up the stairs.
Belay those orders.
Hopefully they listen to him.
Like I said, when you guys got here, it was approaching dawn. You head out.
I think
and-
Father's going because I would have said to him like, "Look, they're not going to trust my guy."
Father
Yeah.
follows
Go
you.
with
He's
you.
not-
And
he-
and well, to be fair, they probably have some respect for somebody who's like, I healed your guys,
yeah.
and I'm here like telling you like how
Yeah,
to not
there,
die.
There's those 5 that were in that room that are like, oh, that's the guy who helped us.
Yep.
And like a lot of them are
We're
like,
gonna
"Thank you."
work on like throwing out their food and shit. And,
Yeah.
like,
When
There's someone in the party.
when Father Tala was like, hey, food's bad, you notice that they started a little fire and they're just like throwing stuff in it, and some people are like, no,
my bread.
So yeah, Father Tala was like,
One of their buddies is like, "This will get you sick again, you dumb fuck."
he's like, all right, men, and you notice that about 12 or so people show up, besides the guards that are up top because they're staying there. He's like,
Up all 12.
so as you may know,
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
our food's no good. Luckily, we have some very great people here that are going to help purify our dearly beloved leader, Malik, the Red Stag. He shall live once again.
You shall rise again.
And although we will live in reality, they will try their best. He's a stubborn bastard, as you may know, and some of them laugh. And what we need to do now is we need to get food for all of us. We've had to throw out much, so I'm saying that we do a hunting party. Our dear friend
Johannes,
Johannes
Lysander,
Lysander,
son of Ekaster Lysander.
son of Castel Lysander, is here to
This is also my home address.
in my social security number.
Of
And
the
the,
Dusty
and the
Garrison,
security code on my
Guardian of
credit
the
card.
Light.
We're going to do a hunting party, and we're gonna get some good food for the hungry folk around here and for Malik himself.
And we're going to
so-
throw a feast.
Yes, we're gonna throw a feast in good health
Yeah.
once people return. So, thank you all. May you persevere.
Archers on me.
Yeah, and just a ragtag group of people ranging from like 15 to like 50, all myriad races, just kind of grab bows and arrows, and they're like,
Very seriously, he will like command orders for like a formation and like explain exactly how his hunt will go.
yeah, you see one of them's like, is this a fucking hunting party, or are we going to like to war?
You can tell he's just
The deer of this land of the
he's
minimal.
just spouting out like
Freedom!
ancient formations that they used to have in like old elven wars that he studied
You
100
see that,
times.
like 3 of the guys kind of listen to what you say, and then like the remaining like 9 just kind of like stand there. They're like, "Are we going tonight?"
Yes.
Okay. You gotta listen to this guy. What a-
Onward.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And some of them are like, "Damn, I'm just glad to be out of that fucking cell. I can't wait to get my hands on a fucking elk."
I'm not there. Do they have horses?
Do they have donkeys?
Yes, there are 2 donkeys.
I
We go.
turn to you guys
Okay.
and I kind of like whisper, "We're healing Malik."
No.
Okay.
Poker like pulls on your scarf, Miss LaFontaine. Mrs. LaFontaine, he goes, in Thieves' Camp. Is she losing a couple screws up in her head?
I think so.
Innocent people. What?
That's what the speech said.
How'd you get such innocent people around you?
I'm good at lying.
See, I crashed a boat.
I crashed a
I
boat.
crashed the boat. They're trying to find the parents.
Do-gooders, you know?
God damn, do-gooders.
They want what's best for the countries with some shit.
You want to breathe me in?
Huh?
Breathe me
You want some drugs? What?
Breathe me in. Is
You-
that the vape?
you
want my
know-
jewel?
in.
pen?
know,
You want the pen?
you know, a breathe me in is literally a cigarette, but instead of like tobacco, it has some tobacco, but they also put like lavender and like rose petals in it, so it actually tastes.
It's a flavored
It,
cigarette.
it tastes kind of good, but they're
Cotton
they're like
candy.
the cigarette of the land or
Oh.
breathe me ins.
Breathe me in.
Breathe me ins.
Good, thank you.
More for me.
I did give him a gold because I told him I'd give him a gold.
Like,
The wives, they have
Nico smokes a
they
breathe
have
me
little
in.
pipes.
They have the really long.
pack
The
a day.
long.
He's a breathe me in guy.
Yeah, he's a breathe me in guy. Takes it all in one hit.
I will,
Your breath.
before the father
Single
leaves,
breath.
before
Yeah.
everybody heads out, I turn to father and I go, is there any way that we could gather the guards and have something I would like to say to them?
sure. Hey, men along the walls.
The three guys.
they all like turn. Yes.
I turn to the three guys and go, the process of healing those who are that ill can be quite painful and might be frightening for younger or softer-hearted individuals. Perhaps might be prudent for you three to go with your women and children or anybody who would not want to hear such things or be disturbed by such things. We will keep an eye on the gate as well.
You get it now.
Or- that's
Get it now.
Yeah, they'll two of them scurry on over and they like go into that side area where it seemed like most of the people were at, and one of the guards is just like, he just kind of is staring out into the.
Do his job.
Yeah, doing his job, which is fine.
Watching the party enter the woods.
I asked the father for the key, not to the office because the guy doesn't have it, but the key to the room with the sick people.
Yeah, he gives it to you.
Okay. We're getting pretty late in the session, but,
Time to go get the younglings.
well, I don't know. I think maybe we do the thing with Malik, but I think I light 4 or 5 torches, and before Father goes, I go, is there any way to put out a fire in that room?
There's one window. It's mostly a cell, so there's one window up to the smoke should ventilate out. It should.
We don't want the smoke to ventilate out.
That's true.
Is there any way
I could stuff it.
I will take care of that? Is there any way for them to put out a fire?
If I'm being honest, I think most of them are gone.
I turn to the three of you. I go, I'll meet you at the office.
Aye.
I open the room with the dead bodies. I make sure that there's no windows or anything. I
Yeah.
burn those bodies with one of the torches.
Yep.
I go to the window of the locked room with the 5-6 sick people. I make sure that I have something like a wood crate or anything that's I can stuff in that place. I light the 3 torches and I throw it at the 5 sick people in there, and I close it.
Yeah. Beforehand, roll a perception. Are you even peeking in there, or you don't really seem to care? Just roll a
No,
perception.
it's not about a matter of caring. It's a
You're
dirty job
just
that
efficient,
has to be
just-
done.
Just roll a perception. This is more for hearing.
19.
19. Yeah. So you
He's gonna bring up kids.
hear whispering on the inside of, and it seems like they're all doing just like mundane jobs. You hear some of them like, it's very scratchy.
I'll get the wood.
as they're like kind of stiff. You don't want to look in there, so but you just hear like, yes, that will be 5 silver. Thank you for your service. Welcome home, honey.
Just
And just, like,
ATMs.
A lot of just random things as you can assume they're probably just living in that hallucination.
Yeah.
And then you light it up and they
Seal up the window and
you only hear one of them scream. The others, you kind of just the instant
just burn.
You hear
put it, you
pleasure.
just
I think you guys all hear the screaming as I come back to the group.
Time for some painful healing.
Oof.
And that's a wrap.
and with that
She's holding onto her staff and like smiling uncomfortably.
we will end this session. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody. I hope that everybody enjoyed. We will pick back up
Next
in a month.
In a while.
God,
We will see.
Ooh, it'll be
Dying.
well.
Does anyone have any announcements or anything? I know that we've been all kind of just busy.
Thank you again,
bees.
White Toe Trading Co.
Thank you, White Toe Trading
We
Co.
love White Toe
Oh, yeah, really
Trading
cool
Co. They don't have feet fungi.
Check us
We
out
hope
at-
not.
Yeah, their toes are white, in fact.
They're white. They're not
Uh,
fungi.
We got VODs up. We got the first VOD of Air of Lost Hope is up, which is awesome. We got Thera.
There's coming up. Azra's is coming up.
Azra's.
These ones will be up at some point.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting back into streaming on Sunday.
So I was
Allegedly.
waiting.
Go Paragon!
Is that because
set up-
classes are over?
Yeah, and I set up
Ah.
a collab stream with my friend King Not God, so we're gonna
King Not God.
Shrimp not.
We're
Shrimp,
gonna-
not prawn.
Prawn.
yeah, we're gonna be playing Dead by Daylight, so come hang out with me.
Very cool.
Nice. I love that game. It's been a while.
That
Well,
game's
guys,
mid.
thank you for hanging out. And we will pick up with
Thera next week.
Thera.
the painful healing of Malik next month, and Thera
Tuesday.
next Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
Azrath.
Azra's
next
on
Tuesday.
Wednesday!
Don't breathe in the dust or it'll turn you to dust.
Oh,
See
I'll have
you
to
next
burn you
Tuesday.
alive.
You freaking can.